Hello everyone. So we are starting with a new uh, tournament game. So this time it is Alcaras who will try to honor as the organizer, the initiator of this awesome tournament, and Rincewind, who I believe has joined in the game, but I'm not entirely sure. So yes, everything should be good. So we're getting in. And we'll review quickly their settings while they are preparing to pick their nations and play their first turns. 1 second, I message the player that we are set and ready.
Is the stream up and running?
Yes,
Presume?
indeed, the stream is running.
Mhm.
It is up. So they opted for, let me check, a continent map, dual size, so the tightest one, and ultra wide. So that's what we are seeing in the minimap. There are quite a few cities, but they will pretty much have to move in toward the other players. So Alcaraz just funded. He picked his nation first. I believe he asked his opponent to pick the map script size and aspect ratio. So Rincewind picked the dual-sized continent on the ultra-wide setup, and Alcaraz opted to found a Carthage trader seat with an affable builder, I believe. Yes, an affable builder, so he will have incredible growth. He hasn't assigned his leader on the first turn, but he will still be able to catch up if he does that on the next turn. He got lucky with a female courtier with his trader funding, adopted to invest some civics and 2 turns to marry them from the beginning. So he will have awesome money with the discipline and awesome civics, or certainly extra civics, from the start.
This is just taking a quick look at the map. It's honestly a very interesting map. Usually we're used to, in the previous games of this tournament, we're used to having like a middle section settlement. This is not it. We have literally the Black Sea in the middle of the whole map, which is very interesting. We have around two Thracians and three Scythians. Tribal. So for Carthage power, many people say that Carthage unique unit is the elephants. Players who play duels disagree. They say it's the strength six um, barbarian units that they recruit. Right now, he does not have that much. He only has those Scythians in the middle and the Thracians. That's like 5 settlements. And if I were right now Rincewind, I'm thinking, okay, I need to clear up all of this as soon as possible just to make it so uh, his life is a little bit difficult for Alcaraz.
It's definitely an important thing to do, but he's playing Rome, however, so I don't agree with the landowner found.
Starter? Yeah.
Although it's not a big mistake, I would have gone champion. His capital as ore. The next city spot
Oh.
that is clear already as ore. Champions will make all his units steadfast, which will clear the initial camps and facilitate early expansion, but they will also have a flat plus 25% against most of Alcaraz strengths, because all those tribal units that he might recruit will be subjected to it. So steadfast is double awesome when funding Carthage and funding second. I wish he had identified that. Don't get me wrong, this is not a big mistake. It's slightly inaccurate, I would say, but he has an opportunity to fund the champion seat easily enough because the free site has ore. So he still has plenty of opportunities to fix or improve on that. But I would love to see a double champion start, especially facing Carthage. That's probably one of the best setup for that. And I will note that he opted for a builder too, but this one is intelligent, so he wants a science boost, and the science boost he'll get out of that. We're already seeing the first consequence of not picking champions first. He would have cleared the camp without letting it generate a new unit if he had done that. So sure, landowners have awesome perk. It's great to have 3 citizens. The quick urban improvements, urban specialists are valuable, but you don't have as much time for rural specialist in duels. We'll see how that plays out. Hardly a bad play once again. But I would like to see champions. I hope he will go for champions. Yes, he did.
Of course, there we go. But I agree with you. A double champion would have been the call for this one. The moment I see an ore spawn like that, and I don't care what nation I'm going against, I would go for that military seat no matter what. It's just logic when it comes to these. But let's see what he ends up doing with this right now. I'm curious on how it will pan out for him starting as landowners.
Well, there's definitely plenty of good to be done, and once again, I am biased. I kind
Yeah.
of identified an opportunity for double champion at the start, and
Yeah.
that's a pretty uncommon start. So I would just like to see it selfishly as a viewer and a commentator. Londoner is defendable, no doubt. It's good. I shouldn't even call it an
No,
inaccuracy. It's
I 100% agree with you that he should have went for that double. 100% he should have went for that double champion pick. No question on it, in my opinion. Uh, but it's not the biggest quote unquote mistake that exists.
Yeah,
He
no,
does.
of course, it's a minor thing at worst, and I see Cyan mentioning that jump in the free site and sell the Cap Iron 2 definitely could work as well. That's definitely a right play, and probably worth the penalty. And piling up the iron in a single city is a stronger play maybe over 2 cities of the same family. If you can put the 2 irons in the seat, the champion seat for the plus 50%, that's good. He hasn't really positioned for that because he pushed the settling of the city forward. It would have be easier to acquire the tile but by funding closer, but he could even buy the tiles as a Londoner capital, then transfer them all to the champion seat. That would devastate his Londoner opinions, 3 tiles rather than one, but it might still be worth it. So we'll see if he does any fancy footwork with his tile allocation.
Divination is discovered by Rincewind. I'm curious on what he's gonna go for next. He has the opportunity between going for trapping, administration, aristocracy, or forestry. And we'll see in a second what he ends up doing. He does heal his first unit, which he has tactician on, which will help him a lot with what he's dealing with. He did get the counter pick on Carthage. I'm curious if he's gonna be able to capitalize on that. Against most players, I would say, yeah, you can easily capitalize on that. Against someone like Alcaraz, you're gonna have to bring the big guns, and we'll see if the big guns is this what he's trying to do right now.
Yeah, indeed, and well, sure. There's already a bit of a science discrepancy. We'll see if the super quick expansion I expect from an affable builder that doesn't have to build units to expand because he can just like buy them and he started. Will That will probably be lightning fast expansion, or at least that's what I expect. And since he has 2 more barbarian sites to clear before he has to do anything about actual tribes, I expect he might delay from there because Scythians are pretty valuable to recruit, and the 3 adjacent sites are Scythian before I can get access to Thracians in the center of the map and other barbs on the other side. So he might delay his expansion to just keep Scythians around. We'll have to see. I haven't seen Alcaraz play in some time because I haven't had time to catch up on all games, but from memory, and I'm sure he'll appreciate the personalized commentary. Well, I'm not sure, but I hope. Uh, he, he might rely purely on tribal units and stay vulnerable to a steadfast nation and undervalue building actual units that don't present the same vulnerability. But we'll see. I'm just making predictions because if they're right, I'll sound clever, and if they're wrong, I'll sound funny. So it's a win-win to me.
Right now, the chat, or specifically Scientific, has mentioned that the ores are for Alcaraz are both on the same city. It's on the artisans, so it will help a lot with the amount of iron that he's gonna get, with the amount of training he's gonna get, just because of that inherent 20% more output from the mines. So well played on that one. Moving forward, he keeps recruiting these barbarians little by little. He's just gonna keep pushing through and trucking through. Double settler opener for Alcaraz.
Indeed, and he's done with divination, so I fully expect second shrine and a go for Zoroastrianism. The first shrine is completed. Of course, it was done in a single turn because that's an artisan seat and there's a builder governor assigned. Um, it is a minus courage governor, so it will more than compensate. Well, it will almost entirely compensate the artisan bonus on the for the training at the very least. I don't know if he has concrete plans to make use of this city as a military spot primarily. Um, uh, uh, but what I mean by that is specifically going for onagers because they are cheaper in artisan cities. So if he wants to make ships or siege units, I expect we'll see great value out of having a military artisan spot. Otherwise, the plus two training is actually 25% of a base, actually more valuable in terms of road training with even two ore mines. So riders would have been the default choice for a military spot. The plus two is more than the 20% on even two mines.
All right. Apprentice Acolyte popping up for Alcaraz immediately after I believe this would be the second settler moving out towards the third city. I'm curious if he's gonna also put an Apprentice Acolyte in Utica. I think that's the move for him, just to find that religion faster. He's definitely teaching me right now how to play Carthage, because this is such an optimal starting move from him. It's just an optimal opening moves from him.
All right, you're right to mock me, scientific in chat. I didn't express that properly, but what I'm saying is that I don't think he picked artisan for military value over the mine. I think he picked artisan to get an immediate shrine, and he had that plan in mind from the start of the game. So even if that should have been, if he really wants to focus the city on military, a rider city, he decided to make artisan specifically for the shot at Zoroastrianism. That's what I meant. No, but I explained myself not properly. Of course, at one point I expect him to convert and make military units. You're fully right. I should be clearer to the rest of our audience as well.
Oh, that is interesting. He did not go for any military family. He went for statesmen, tradesmen, and artisans. And he's opening with a worker in Neapolis, sorry.
hmm Yeah, well, greed is what old world players greed is what old world players go by. That's what they live for. So no military city indeed in a duel. Always a bit of a risk. I'm sure Alcaraz can make it work, but we'll have to see. His opponent is not slouch, I assume, and he's not. he's not delaying the warrior production. He already has one clearing camps in the center. On top of his original one, he'll have another one the next turn. He's not delaying his champion cities for walkers, which is the correct choice, I would say. Uh, I'm not sure how much I agree with the shrine, because if Alcaraz goes for Zoroastrianism, he has no chance. Alcaraz started with divination, has access to an artisan family for super quick shrines, so maybe not the top priority, but still solid play so far, and he's not losing. Uh, is not losing his target from his side. So an additional military unit first, going for a quick walker with his builder, but not even as a first pick, not as a second pick. That's his third build in Antium. He's using his militia to hold the spot he cleared earlier. He's keeping his two warriors that are outgrouped. I hope he's not having timer issues. No, he's playing his cards first, which is probably correct. It's important to emphasize scouting early on, find out what tribes are around, find where your opponent might be, what the terrain looks like. So quite good. I think this is a correct priority over, let's say, for instance, moving this wire out as well. This can wait a little bit, as he'll also need order to settle the next spot, etc.
He is moving forward with the settler towards the site he just cleared. He's going to keep his militia there. Another settler is popping up for Rincewind, but we are now at Alcaraz's turn.
Yeah, and he's going
And he
for
is
the
going for
acolyte pair
apprentice.
indeed, and statesman in the center too. No additional unit recruitment for now. Oh no, he picked one of the barbarians in the north, which is somewhat interesting. Of course, it accelerates clearing out the camp itself and being able to settle. So that's the value of doing that, clearly. But also, barbarian units cannot be upgraded beyond strength 4. As opposed to tribal units, proper tribes like the Scythians, who can be upgraded up to strength 6, which is a very strong difference, especially early on in the game.
I would like to just take a moment and appreciate the amount of messages that Alcaraz are putting on the map to remind himself what to do. He has in the sea messages that says tutor, 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 buy Scythian and war, trader city. That's such a fantastic way to remind yourself what you're doing.
Indeed, very very good planning. It's very easy to forget about these things. So of course you have to make sure, but you can always reevaluate your priorities later if the situation changes, of course. And yes, Alcaraz is well known for his strong use of reminders. Um, by Scythians on war, tutor. I particularly like the by Scythians on war.
Yeah, I think it's hilarious to me.
He's getting his fishes. The spot up north is, as Solver rightly mentioned, a great trader spot. It would be a very good patron's spot as well, but it's Carthage, it's traders, so that will fuel his economy with massive amounts of money. This is money trader as opposed to growth trader. There are two flavors of those spots, but yeah, it will be strong, and it will be double strong as Carthage, who on top of being a strong economic nations, is also better able than anyone to use that money by buying outright units. So uh, I'm curious to see how much he manages with that. He's already well above 1,000 banked, despite all his units buying. I wonder if he might be interested in buying a wonder at one point. There are quite a few weak wonders in the game, 5 of them: Pyramid Ziggurat, Hanging Garden, German Aqueduct, and Yazilikaya. He's going to found Zoroastrianism quite soon, so wonders requiring a holy site are definitely in the cards. Necropolis, Ishtargate, Jebel Barkal as developing wonders. Strong strong set of wonders. I'm sure he'd have wanted the lighthouse somewhere, and that's not around. And then museum, and I doubt we'll see legendary wonder, but for exhaustivity's sake, there are the Pantheon, the Hagia Sophia, Heliopolis, and Colosseum. So, in particular, two of the two strongest wonders in the game are in.
Expansion wise, right now we are 3 cities versus 4 cities. Alcaraz expanding super fast. It's quite an impressive expansion, to be honest with you.
Yeah. It's well, is all in an expansion. Yes, the only nation that doesn't have to make units at least early on, and an affable builder is flat out impossible to compete against for settlers production. So long as he has the food, and with his bank, he doesn't strictly need the food. He can just buy it as necessary. He will be able to expand lightning fast, no doubt. I'm interested in what Rincewind is doing. So he's moving his third warrior. Not sure what happened. Yeah, okay, it's getting back to his turn. He didn't quite start the mine next turn, last turn. Not sure if he wanted to keep his training or if he didn't uh, have the presence of mind of spending it to make the mine immediately, or if he has actually a plan to buy the tiles and give it to his champion seat. Um, he's not
Regardless,
prioritizing the iron in the champion seat though, which is slightly surprising to me.
one more move or one more order for him. And yes, scientific, I can hear you crying. This is a perfect Patreon's seat with 2 gems, 1 gold, 1 silver. Yeah. We get it. Okay.
You could ramp up to 6 resources decently easily. There are 2 more gems in range. I hadn't spotted that site. I was focused on this one with the 3 pearls, but this is indeed a potential monster patron seat. So
Yes, it would
yeah,
be 100% culture.
150 with the 2 additional gems. It's not capped at 100, so it could
But
be
it's next to the other city. It's gonna be impossible to get it unless you
by the
trade them
tiles.
out.
Yeah, but
Oh yeah,
it could. But yeah. No, I'm not. It's definitely 100%, which is more than good enough with just what's in the city territory on funding. But I cannot help but notice the 2 extra gems, and at least in my case, I would be greedy and get it all in the city. But not saying it's
greed.
necessary or the best play. But yeah, we live and die by it. Greed is our fuel.
Right now we are back to Rincewind. He clears that camp
Yes.
easily. 7 more moves. Workers are all pumping and making things happening. 2 settlers, 1 settler coming out next turn or next year. He is backpedaling to scout. Uh, there are wow. That
Mm.
city also has 3 pearls. Yeah, this is a patron's game. Statesman not is really not in the equation this time, I
Mhm.
guess, or even landowners shouldn't be in the equation this time.
Yeah, I
To be
would.
honest,
Well, we of course we see more of the map than they do
right?
on start. So the second or, for instance, the second spot wasn't in their vision at the start, I believe. They only saw
Yeah,
it once funded the first city and the extra spot is revealed. So we are having a bit too much information to walk
agreed.
in their shoes. I mean, but
I agree
yeah.
100%.
So he made the decision to improve the ore in Roma, so he's not going to be able to buy the tile for Antium. But still, that's definitely a decent decision. Is a landowner city because it's Roman, because it has or because it will be able to get the minor double quick as landowner would be will be a good accessory military city if he wants it. Uh, it's pretty traditional these days to make only military unit in a champion seat, so I'm not sure he will think he needs it, but it's there if he wants it, so pretty good. I understand the statesman pick in the sense that if you're in a duel, and maybe even double so as Rome, you want the orders. I would tend to try really to found statesmen somewhere. I wouldn't want to go without them, but I'd already founded landowner and champion, so cannot have patrons. Ideally, I think champion patrons would have been what I would have liked to see, and then you try to fit statesmen wherever you can. But yeah, I understand the pick. Maybe it's not ideal, but I get the logic of it. Let's say. Yeah, agreed. Science
So,
states is hard to cut.
question. So once he upgrade that ore, he can't trade it to Antium anymore? Does it have to be a non-improved
Yes, indeed.
okay.
You cannot buy tiles and so swap a tile between cities that is improved or as a specialist. It would allow strange things when you use a worker from the right family to make things quicker or to produce a specialist for a city that is not as strong and stuff like that, and it would get pretty micro-y and exploity very quickly. So that's the reasoning behind that. But yes, an improved tile cannot be shared. So there are cases where you could do fancy stuff if you have the opportunity for it, like letting a tribal unit pillage it so that and the improvement die so that you can now trade the tile and then improve it again or stuff like that. But that's pretty exotic and pretty not worth it in in most scenarios. So that's why I read the decision of improving the tile as okay, I'm not going to trade it or try to make it a champion city. But not every player, let's say, thinks of exchanging resources in that way. I didn't identify it at first. It's Cyan that made me think of it with his comments.
So in that scenario, from my understanding, the best thing he could have done is use that landowner, bought the tile to the left, and then just traded the ores back to Antium.
Yes,
That
or he could have made it a bit easier by funding Antion one tile east, in which case he would
mm-hmm.
have been closer to the ore tile. Then try to expand to that tile with a hamlet. I would recommend on the top flat tile so that it doesn't take too long to build or take the hill, because his Roman starts with polis, so he can make hamlets from the beginning. Then the border touches. Then you buy the tile from the capital into the champion seat, and you have two ore in your champion seat. And I would also have started by improving the ore in the champion seat with the champion walker rather than the nets. If it had been fishes or crabs and growth, I could have got behind it, but I would rate the ore in a champion seat definitely over a die tile personally. So
All
he
right.
could have played for that, but it would have required ideally a bit of a different setup to make it easily.
Now let's get back to what is happening. Zoroastrianism founded already, and just a quick recap here. Alcaraz has 10 military units already at turn at 19. He has 10 military units up and running. He has 1100 and sorry, 1159 money in the bank right now, 1159. He can just recruit more. If he wants, he can just run all of that across the map and just kill him right then and there and just end the game for us. But I think he wants to enjoy this masterpiece right now.
Uh, I don't know if he will play with his food. I'm not so sure. Tournament is tournament, so we'll see. But I'm not so sure about the ability to just close out the game right now. It's still turn 8, 19. I assume all his mercs are between strength 3 and strength 4, so they're not yet at an advantage over other units. I don't think he started to upgrade them. Uh, and then most of Roman units should be expected to have a 25% from steadfast over it. So I even if everything was on the other side of the map, it wouldn't be
It
an
would be a
outright win.
bloodbath.
Yeah, it would be a bloodbath, so it would be very enjoyable to watch, sure. So that's
That's
no
what we're
doubt
here
about
for.
that.
That's what we're
Yes,
here for. We're not
yes,
here. We're not here for you guys to play your optimal
mm,
games. We are here so you guys can entertain us, and that's
yes,
the main important thing.
yes. We are here for the blood. We are here for the violence. Absolutely. We are streaming on Twitch after all, so definitely. Let
We
me
are.
switch our perspective back to Rome. He's diligent in his expansion. He cannot quite compete with affable builder and being able to just buy unit. He still has to dedicate a city. That's already a wonder to have only to dedicate one. But he's making a good job. Not quite as fast, but it
It is a
works.
4 for 4. It's a 4 for 4 right now. It's gonna be a 5 for 4 for Alcaraz. With that one settler about to pop up, but he's keeping up. He's doing pretty good.
Yeah, I want to note, on the other hand, that despite his opponent picking an intelligent builder as opposed to an affable one, so with a strong science start, an easier start. Oh, Alcaraz lost a unit. Oh,
Yes.
shameful. But
Hey,
he's
got
already
dealt
almost
8
picked up
damage.
with his acolytes with 23 science to 25, so still a
Yes.
slight advantage to Rome. Intelligent is a pretty busted trait, but he's keeping up. The acolytes have been paying dividends even beyond Zoroastrianism. No, where did that? Where did this unit die? I'm ashamed. I missed the action. Oh,
It's
in the
where the
camp he just
chat
cleared. Yeah.
box is.
Yes. Rest in peace.
All right, he finally got his elephants. Or he's gonna be getting his elephants for the first time. There are no other elephants anywhere else. We
Yes.
have a bunch of messages from Alcaraz all over the place.
Please give friend
Rincewind
horse.
with
So he's praying to the RNG god. But
uh
elephants, my
Rincewind went
beloved.
for
Yes.
phalanx, 7 years for it to pop out. He knows what's coming. He knows that he needs to counter it sooner than later. He can see the Scythians. He already saw at least 2 of them, yes? He saw 2 Scythians already, so he knows that all of these are gonna be bought. He needs those spearmen faster, sooner than later. And if they come out of that champion seat, none of these elite, even if he upgrades all of these horse units, they're gonna be obsolete completely.
Indeed, indeed. Um, I, I, yeah, Alcaraz is opting for monasticism. So let's be clear. This is a very strong economic tech. It will allow him to leverage his religion. He's up to a great economic start yet, but I'm a bit worried that he might be aiming for too long a game. So I'm not sure about that, but one of the strengths of Carthage is not really how strong an army you get, it's how early you get it. That you get it very early and can spend purely training, no resources to upgrade it, and get ready with a very sharp timing. Uh, and with that, I think I would have liked to see something with a bit of a shorter payoff than monasticism. I might be wrong on that, but yeah, it gets me worried that there's a bit too much of a long-term play in mind. Yeah, it is a tendency of Alcaraz scientific, or at least I tend to think of it that way. So I hope that he will push a little bit further with his scout. Good effort on scouting. He sometimes lacks on that, and actually appraises the situation and will be able to reconsider and pull the trigger early if he has a good spike early.
All right. Alcaraz is still tutoring um, his heir, who is a wanton, compassionate, and frugal. Not bad.
Oh
Could be
yeah,
worse.
I'd say pretty good
Frugal is
even.
gonna be very awesome. 20% less cost for all upgrades. That's gonna come handy for the amount of cities that he's gonna pop in.
Hmm.
And he still doesn't have any stone production anywhere happening yet. On the other hand, if we look on the other aisle with Rome, right now his heir is 14, who is a philosophy student. He opted for a philosophy student, while the second in line is a tactics student who is brave. So uh, Rincewind is actually having pretty good choices in here to make, no matter what pops up.
Yeah, indeed. And Princess Ilia will be recognized by my good friend Solver as Amanda, which is a good omen. Um, So to explain the sort of private reference, some of the portraits in game are from devs that were on the team when the game was released, and this one in particular is a portrait of Amanda, who was a producer handling production in the game at the time, and a good friend of ours.
Oh, that's awesome. I knew that was a thing. Didn't know like who is who exactly. So it's great to know that.
Well, I know at least some of them, not all of the team that were there before I joined, but I will point them out if I see references for people who are well known and or in the team and interacting with the community. Let's say if I catch Solver or Dale or Soren, I will point it out.
Okay. All right. Chopping trees with the leftover orders for Rincewind. They're moving now to Alcaraz, who is having a couple of good events. He chooses for his heir to be a judge, uh, which is not bad. It was between judge and a scholar. He opts for a judge.
Yeah, pretty well, somewhat long-term play as well. Well, anyway, judges are awesome. We can I would have a hard time picking sometimes between Scholar and Judge. Scholar would be clear cut if there was a Sage family around. That's not the case, however, so uh, I can perfectly understand the Scholar. He's pushing another Disciple. I expect him to accelerate the Holy Wonder, the Holy Site with it. And do more. And just because I promised I'll do that, I'll note that the Thracian leader that you are seeing on screen and that I'm highlighting at the moment is Lewis, and is our lead 2D artist currently in the game. So when you gush over 2D art, icons, uh, all event paintings from Wrath of the God or last DLC, this is the guy you are praising. And when I'm saying I will send feedback to our artists, if it's about 2D art, this is the person I will convey your feedback to.
Just want to take a moment to look at all the things that Alcaraz is building. Everything looks green. Everything is requiring growth, except in his capital. He's building a festival, probably to get
Even
more
more
green
growth.
bars.
Yes,
Not enough growth. We need more in here.
he wants a citizen to be able to use his cards, but yes, that's the only exception. Festivals take civics to produce. Everything is worker, disciple, settler, worker, worker. He's making the most of his affable trade. Of course, as a builder, on top, worker are twice as cheap. So you want to use them while they're around and alive, right? You want them to be there. Oh, he picked the intelligent trait himself. I have to check the science graph. I expect with the slightly higher city number, he will now have over. Yes, he's more than catch up with growth with science. He's 40 research against 28.
Wow.
So of course, opportunity to pick intelligent is pure luck, but it's very appreciated, I'm sure, and that just like compensated the early science advantage of Rome, who had to dedicate the precious early trade pick from custom leader to it. So a huge break there.
We are now 6 cities to 4. It's about to be 6 cities to 5. Next, in 2 turns, it'll be 6 to 6 cities. Actually make that 6 to 7. 7 to Alcaraz and 6 for Rincewind.
Indeed, but two of the next spot are already cleared. The settlers will have to wait a little bit. Hard to compete with an affable guy, of course,
Yep.
especially as with the trader bonus, his capital is developing already, and it's not quite true for Rome. It doesn't have developing cities yet. But on the expansion side, I think on the warring and dealing with raid side, I give slight advantage to Rome at the moment, despite the mercs. So I expect the Thracian side will be dealt with promptly, and then they'll compete for the last Scythian side, most likely.
I am looking at all of this right now. We are only having one champions city for Rome. That is a little bit on the risky side, just a tiny bit. We're only having one landowner, one champion, 3 statesmen. What is the goal in here? What are we looking at, or what's the game plan for this? Because you're facing Carthage, you're gonna need a huge amount of warriors, a
In,
huge
in,
amount of spearmen, axemen.
indeed. But I think the let's say the common wisdom. So no, we have to take this with a grain of salt because I didn't keep up with what the players have explored. I'll try to check
I
here.
think this is the first time we see Rome
Yeah, but
and Carthage.
yes, but I was going to say it's pretty traditional to try to put your champion cities, not the seat, but the cities themselves, close to what you expect to be the front line,
Hmm.
because they have plus 50% defense. So I wouldn't be entirely surprised if Rincewind gets additional champion cities, but wants them closer to the center of the map. So let's say the line with the Thracian site and the Scythian site on top. And the Thracian one would be a very decent choice for champions. It's controlling part of the mountain pass. It's limiting some of the naval movement that would be possible over the Black Sea. It would be good to have a military city to produce ships on the Black Sea and to either deny naval movement or take advantage of it himself. So that would be a decent spot. I don't know if he has seen enough of it to already have plans for which families he wants in these two coming spots, or if he's going for the single champion city, which I agree with you would be uh, probably a bit weak, but yeah.
I presume right now that the city up top where the pearls are, they're probably gonna be landowners. I think, and the Scythian and the Thracian side probably should go for champion seat. That's what I'm thinking right now. Um,
Mm.
if I
Yeah,
was in his position.
That makes sense. The landowners are sometimes you want them as a single city, your capital, because it feels damn good to people to buy tiles in your capital, to start with 3 citizens and all that. But you get a bit punished if you do that because landowners have double penalty for envy. Sion is pointing out the minus 80 opinion expected from that, and indeed. Uh,
Let's
And
take a
indeed, he has a minus 40 opinion from fewest city and minus 20 from MV, so we are almost there.
let's take just a quick look at his capital. Just a second, just a moment. Let's look at the urban tiles in Rincewind's capital. The guy is expanding not by buying tiles, but by actually making everything urban. And
Yes.
it is the best thing I've ever seen in my entire life. This is great. This is wonderful.
Yeah, that's also one of the counter synergies if you're picking builder leader because you don't need, well, you might need, but you don't need to buy tiles nearly as much. So because the builder gives you this capability, especially on continents and on a coastline where you can expand very rapidly, you don't have to build a too wide path of urban tile. Well, it's definitely the right priority to be expanding and trying to connect these cities. I hope he won't stop now because he has a crab, but we'll use his builder while they're alive to connect his coastline to Modicia, between Roma and Antium, between Antium and Vesancio. He's making a shrine in Antium. I would really have liked just a urban tile because it's instant and connect these cities as quickly as possible for quick movement and logistics. Logistics wins war, so. Yeah. Anyway, still good play on that indeed. And I might be biased and might be harping on disagreeing with the Londoner pick just to irritate science, so don't pay too much attention to that.
Annoying sign is always fun.
It's a bit too easy, really, but yeah.
Alright, we are back at Rincewind turn. 19 moves. The amount of orders he has stacked is insane. Just because he has the statesman. One order per family city. It's so wonderful. Pyramids are being built by Alcaras. He
This is
already
disgusting.
adopted
I have to mention.
Zoroastrianism as a state religion. He is very happy right now with what he's doing.
Yeah, I have to mention what's happening in Carthage is disgusting. He founded two statesmen city, so that's a pretty big. Well, he funded statesmen, so that's 400 civics infusion. Because his Carthage is getting civics for every funding, so he's well over 1,000 already with a low adoption. He's with starting a wonder, um, appointing extra governors. He's flush with civics. With the pyramids, every further low adoption will cost only 200 civics. I would be only half the price if he goes for 4 lows and is unique in it, despite having identified only a single site that could reasonably make it because of the elephant requirement. But lows will be insanely cheap. He's the Elon Musk of civics. He is entirely too rich.
Right. He settled a champion where the pearls are. Now that's interesting move.
And by
We go up to
interesting,
the
you mean
top right.
questionable, I suppose. But but yes, it is
Yes,
interesting as well.
it's very questionable. I guess he might be going for those horses, which if he is, that makes sense. You want to go for those chariots. Um, Landowners are not going to be happy right now. I'll just say that. They are negative 107 right now in
Oh,
opinion.
oh,
Just 80 of it is disappointment from the oligarch themselves, but still,
yeah.
we're gonna see some rebel popping up any moment from here.
Yeah, okay, well, this is not all you landowner. If you're going to pick landowners, you want to get. I would go with Sion there. Found two landowner city to start with, just to make them happy with that, just for the five citizens in your first two cities, and placate their opinion with cities. You can they are the hardest one to make work with few cities. So yeah, it's a bit tough. And if you're going to found additional landowner cities, any city will do. But don't give a random city in the back to champions. Sure, champions are decent, but you are aggravating your landowners for no reason, and you'll want champion seat toward the front. If you don't know where to put them, if you don't find additional ore, the border is a pretty good idea. It will help you. The plus 50% defense on the city counts. It will not win war, but it might delay an unexpected attack or support a defensive action. And the production close to the front line is always valuable. So uh, yeah, I could get landowners on the top side because there are four grains in range. But even then, landowners to me is not really about the money from farms. You can get money from any farms. You don't need grain to make that work. Uh, but I could see people wanting to do something else on champion in a city that's not intended to make that's not set up to leverage the grains for civilian units and things like that. But champions at the back and aggravating the landowners. Now he has to reroute the units to the back because
Let's
he has his first rebels.
Yep,
Yeah.
let's take a look at that. He already has his first rebels. Just as we spoke about them, they were out there saying, "Hello, we're here." At the moment, he has the opportunity to decide what to do with his um, heir. He opted for builder. He opted to go for bold on his second in line, who is a tactics student. So that's just perfect. Brave, bold, 3 courage. She's only 17. No tutoring even available. He does have the courtier. He just never used it.
Uh,
He
w-
probably just forgot about it. But we
what do you
are
mean not used it? He tutored
like he didn't
surely.
tutor.
His princess is 3 and 3 stats. So the 3 discipline is being a builder, sure. But she studied philosophy, so +1 science, and maybe he got an event. But surely there's a tutoring mission somewhere. I didn't check.
I checked because his daughter was 17 and his courtier was doing nothing at all.
Yeah, so he forgot at least once. He
Yeah,
slipped. Yeah.
which happens. This is a high intensity game. He already has a rebel popping up. He's trying to push into the Thracians, build those more cities, clear as many as possible of these barbarians, of these tribes, just so he doesn't have to deal with more of them. We already got a bunch of upgraded um, tribesmen in the lands of Alcaraz right here in Carthage. They're coming. The barbarians are coming and they're gonna flood the floor.
Indeed, indeed. I'm interested to see that Alcaraz has been on point on joining his naval border around his empire. His holy site will allow it to keep doing that from Utica to Caralis. The mountains will slightly hamper the continuity of that action, and there will be a lot more work if he wants to do something similar in the north. But the opportunity for quick movement from his capital to at least closer to the front was not lost on him. He's still making worker, settler, worker, disciple, worker, a fisher and a decree on top of that. So still growth
More
focus, making the most of
green.
his affability. And
We
yes, I'm
need more
trying.
green here.
Yes, I need to say to tell you scientific. I'm trying to move around, but when Lisa is commentating upon action in Rome, I want to support what he's saying and show what he's talking about, and I think that's fair. Yeah, still some conquest over the center. Decree in Vesantio, correctly identifying that Decree 1 are still well worth it. Improving his mines. There, I would have gone from the farm first, but the precious resources and the money will be valuable, no doubt. But it's negative food at the moment, so uh, some degree of priority on farms would be warranted. I see. Sure, sorghum is not great food, but it's still a valuable growth. Will help you get additional workers, and improving his wheat farm in Scalabis would be quite valuable as well. He's in the process of clearing the station site. That should be done quickly, and he will need a settler after that, which he's putting in production in Scalabis. Yeah,
We are
Alcaraz
still
is
on
still all
Rincewind
out
turn.
echoing. Sorry, go on.
You're good. Keep going. And yes, there is an echo sometimes. I can hear myself. It's only happens like once or twice.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't know if there's anything coming from my side. If you have any suggestion to be made to make to improve on that, don't hesitate, please.
All right,
Uh,
we are at Alcaraz. Turn right here. He finally finished the Adur Berzinmer. I don't know how to say it exactly, but it's the special building for the Zoroastrianism. Monasterism is coming out in 3 turns, so we're gonna see monasteries everywhere popping.
mhm.
Uh,
Yes, Sion is right to mention he doesn't hear any echo in your voice, and I don't either. So it might be just on your side of the
it,
setup. It
it could
might
be
be
my side, yeah.
disturbing, but it's better if we don't get it at least. So he's
Yes.
accelerating his pyramids, Alcaraz. So it's going to be done in 4 turns. He's still pushing out settlers. Well, not that many actually. There's one in the works.
He
Um,
only has 2 workers there. Come on, man. Where are the rest of your workers?
They
Throw
will
them all in
come. They
there.
will come. Yeah, yeah. Why it is a bit. I'm sure it'll happen. He has a decent amount of workers. At least one per city, more or less, already. So that's decent. You don't want to be doing to get caught into it. At least it happened to me. I am a builder. I want workers. I need to make workers now, and then have a pants down moment when Fluffy comes knocking on my door. So I'm sure I'm sure some will relate to that.
I have. I'll take a. I'll take a page from Ninja's book, turn all of them into militias, and throw them at the enemy, and hope for the best.
Yeah, it might clinch sometime. It's important.
Oh, it did so many times in my matches against him, where it's like, okay, this is a Dunzo game. I know for a fact it's over. Boom. There are 10 militias right in front of my eyes. Now I have to go through the slugfest of removing all of them.
Oh my
So
god. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very painful converting workers to militia when you are on the one doing it, but yeah, do what you must, and if it can give you one more chance to push back an attack, or give you the just little bit of extra oomph you need, don't hesitate. It's necessary.
our,
You don't want to make any gifts to your opponent.
we are seeing a minor coming out in the champion seat. We are seeing a Fisher coming out in Roma. Uh, and he has one more building to choose from. And he is expanding the borders with those awesome builder ability of making urban tiles everywhere,
Indeed,
just to be
indeed.
able to connect everything happening, which is
Yeah, it's good to
very
see him
smart.
identifying and continuing. So very good. He paused shortly to improve the fishes, as he should have. Very good. The dyes are a preferred luxury that is improving in his capital. Are a preferred luxury for the champion family. So worth that a little bit more. It's a bit harder to placate the landowner, unfortunately, that are specifically a thorn in his side at the moment because they require both of their favorite resources need land consolidation. But he's fixed their opinion almost entirely already, thanks to his religion, I think, mostly.
Influence, actually. He has already
Yeah,
influenced the leader,
there's a bit
who
of
was also
influence. Yeah,
disappointed with him.
I think part of the job is influence. I don't know if they already had adopted the religion when I checked a few turns ago, but 82 is definitely helpful. They have 20 from envy and 80 from furious city, so that's minus 100 from the city situation. Not unsurmountable yet, but still something to keep an eye on. At least I think he should be out of rebel territory as they are playing on modest prosperity. Is that right? Yes, they are.
All right, we are. Oh well,
We
Alcaraz finished
we
his
were
turn
back
really
on
quickly.
Alcaraz, yes. But
He
there's
finished his
maybe
turn super quickly.
yeah, he's banking time to be able to spend it later. I believe he has no, that's the time banked by Rome at the moment that we see 257 seconds. But most players have been playing relatively quickly, and monasticism in 2 turns. So we'll see if he can make it pay off in time. It's looking good at the moment.
All right, he has a settler coming out in 6 turns or 6 years. Still has a Scythian camp to expand to the north that he can go to. I am specifically talking about Rome since it's his
Yes,
turn.
yes. It took me a second to catch up, but yes, I'm potting at Rome. Go on, go on.
Um, 15 more moves. He is using Council in Medicea, so it's an interesting choice to go for. But he did get his worker out and the second champion city, and he's going for the pearls, which is understandable, I guess. Trying to make the Julius happy
That's
with
all he
giving them that pearl luxury.
that's all he can do. I don't believe he has his boundary, so I think the pearls are a decent choice. With our hindsight, I would really have liked to see, let's say, Patron Statesman champion probably. Maybe this is a no Londoner game, but hindsight is 2020. That's with seeing the map, with seeing that there are
Yeah.
awesome patron sites and everything. I don't really agree with putting champions up there. I think you had it right with second Londoner city, but well, he will make it work. We'll see. Spearmen are on the field. He got Phalanx. He's producing one in his new champion seat. His new champion city. Sorry. Antium is working on a minor, so it's only a step back to 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 step further later. So he's doing good on that front. And I was flashing the science screen a moment ago, and indeed, Rincewind has been able to catch up to Alcaraz. I'll dig around to see what happened to do that.
There we
So
go.
Alcaraz got intelligent, but he had a pretty big jump on turn 24 from over 2 turns, climbing from 30 to 42. I assume that's characters.
I'm
I'll
trying to
try to
figure
make
out
sense
how
of
that
the.
happened.
All right, all right. So you're on the case. I'll
I
be
am.
following the rest then. Alcaraz leader died. We now have a judge on the throne. Complete 10 attribute points. Judge, no less. Frugal, compassionate, and wanton as he was. But quite an awesome character. 2 wisdom, 5 charisma, 1 courage, and 2 discipline. Are they appointed as a governor? Yes, in the capital, no less, as his well default peak, I would say. His capital is starting to race in culture with both an Odeon, a theatre, and the luxury, the dyes that are getting improved right this moment. This will get more value from the shopkeeper, more value from culture bound trades. And I ask you, there is a bit of a shark fin for research as a consequence of his intelligent leader death. Indeed. So Rome has not only caught up, but overcome Carthage with a play that you will tell us all about, and also with the leader death helping getting Carthage down rather than Rome up.
It's a mix between his heir giving him 2.4 wisdom. I'm sorry, 2.4 science and specialist all over the place in here. We have one specialist in the capital, and that's it. I cannot make sense of it, to be honest with you. I tried. Probably he got more wisdom on his leader, because yes, that's what happened. More wisdom on his leader.
Yeah, he has decent wisdom on his leader. That's
Three.
multiplying the city protection an extra 25%. And I don't know when that happened, but he definitely started with just 3 discipline and 0 wisdom. Intelligent, but he had that from the start. So just city settling. His ambassador is doing nothing special. Um, is yeah, the heir is the heir. That hasn't changed. His queen gained 2 points of wisdom, I think. I don't think she had that when he married. But yeah, some minor changes and city funding, I suppose. I'm not sure what else really. None of the shrines have acolytes. I assume he's given up on that because Australianism has been funded, but it's pretty important to get at least a few urban specialists early, and if acolytes are what you have, it might not be the worst idea. So, yeah, yeah, I'm not too sure what happened either, but that was pretty sharp on the graph, so I assume something did happen, maybe an event, but yeah. Alcaras is pushing some council, I assume for the training to be able to upgrade his tribal units, and indeed he has an elite Amazon cavalry, also missing strength with solid mobility, an Amazon cavalry with 5 strengths, and in the south he hasn't started to upgrade his marauders, but he will want training to do all that. The training boost card is on steel, so he's quite a ways away from it. But that's actually a quite desirable card for Carthage because of the training boost. But also the free Byrim is nice. Also the free African elephant is nice. We'll see if he goes there. Sometimes Carthage player delayed military drill and steel because they can recruit barbarians, but well, tribesmen. I'm not sure if he will do that this time. It seems he is targeting military drill, at least from the pins he's put in the tech tree. And monasticism will be done next week, next turn. Next week,
Next week.
so we'll
Nice.
see what get out of that. Yeah, sorry, it's late, so I might be
It
slightly
is.
stupid. Uh,
What time is it
Robust,
for you right
indeed.
now?
It is 3 in the morning, but I knew what I
Oh
signed up
God.
for. I was starting the stream at 2 a.m. But I was asked to stream this game, so
You
uh,
were asked to stream this game by
yes.
Alcaraz, I presume.
I think so, unless I'm mixing up different things, because Jams asked me to stream this game as well. So I might be mixing things up, or maybe I just signed up because it was available early or something like that.
All
I'll have
right.
to dig to give the exact history, but I committed, so I
It's
knew what I was
Alcaraz's
doing.
turn
I
right
had to be
now,
around. Uh, yes, sorry, I'm switching.
and we have a drought that is global. It is hurting everyone right now. Food for Alcaraz is actually looking pretty reasonable for a drought. Wouldn't say the same for Rincewind with a negative 11. We are
Yes,
having.
I'm
Oh, the
I'm
air
looking
is
for the food.
crippled
Yeah,
and severely ill for Alcaraz right now. That is unlucky for him.
I'm
He
pretty
does
sure he
have a
made the
rising star
decision.
coming up.
I assume I'm going to check the events because I'm curious, but I assume this is a conscious choice on his part.
Yes, it's a
Uh,
fragile child.
Yeah, because that's an event actually that lets you take a bad prediction, a bad omen for the child, I believe, and they risk getting wounded, and from wounded they got severely healed and crippled, or they can get severely healed from the start. But it's low investment. They are 0 age, and I think the The reward is good. I don't know from the top of my head, but yeah, it's and indeed, Cyan. I should have commented on that. The Roman leader he got robust, which is doing wonders for his order economy. We'll have a look at that in a second.
Right now, I want to add one more thing. Alcaraz, his leader, went from wanton to pious with a 5% state religion spread chance. That he is very happy right now about that. As if
Sure.
he was not, as if his religion needed more expansion. As
Uh,
if he did not need things keeping going his way.
Yeah, and the opinion is a nice perk as well. This said, one ton for a weakness is one of the strong weakness. It gives you plus 25% fertility, and I'm sure you enjoyed that. So,
Yep.
but still, it's good to be pious. And if you're making an early religious play, investing in monasticism, any boost you can get with that is very valuable. And yes, robust was a massive order boost. I think we see it pretty clearly on the graph from 12 to 14 orders on turn 22, which was fairly equal, neck and neck. It went straight up to plus 13 to plus 20. So of course there's a lot of variation depending on what the workers are doing, but we can see a pretty sizable difference between both nations' production over time. On turn 30, it was plus 20 to plus 7, no less. So I'm sure Carthage has more orders invested in disciples and worker producing stuff. So this is not the full picture, but the difference is pretty stark.
Right. Rincewind has a barbarian invasion coming towards him. So that's gonna be fun to deal with. It will thin out that last camp that he needs to clear out.
Frankly, I don't think he minds. These are mounted tribes. Most of his units are steadfast. The only one that isn't is a spearman facing horse units. He will laugh at these tribes. Better to wait and to deal with it than move in for the camp, sure. But it's hardly a delay to his plans, so that shouldn't be a major concern, really. His Spears
I
Online
think
is
he's very
producing
happy
more in
about it
Anthium as well.
happening.
Yes, yes. It will help him in the end, I assume. Yeah, I wonder if Alcaraz is trigger shy about the last Scythian site, waiting for them to produce additional units. His plan to found states or maybe traders, he is not sure. But
Well, his settler is coming out in 3 turns. He's probably waiting for one more spawn to pop up before he clears it out.
yeah, that
At
would
least
make
I
total
hope that's what
sense.
he's doing.
I think that's what he's doing. He's just preparing the unit for next turn. He knows because that's displayed quite clearly that the next unit is spawning next turn. So I'm sure he's just waiting.
And that's what's happening. Rincewind now is making his move. He just finished Rhetoric. Gives him the opportunity to choose between Epics or Exploration.
He's going
22 orders, and he's pushing forward to clear up the job. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you for making it easier for me to kill you, he says, as he goes and clear them up one by one.
Indeed. I'm not sure I agree with the decrease in Vedancio while going for the order boost and with a robust leader. I'm not sure he needs that many orders. Surely some development in his statesman seat is worth. I assume he put the city on repeat decrease early on, but hasn't reevaluated the decision since. I'm not sure. It's just a guess. I'm going to check in the city what's if
Yes,
that's
you are
correct.
correct. You are very correct. He has 2 lined up back to back. So he must have set them up like 15 of them and just forgot to remove them.
Yes, he's just queued some of them. He's not put the project on auto repeat. You can do that. It's not a well documented feature, but if you shift click on decree or any other repeatable project, let's say festivals, inquiries, hunts, they will repeat until they're not valid anymore. For instance, Decree 1, once the city is developing, and you don't have to do it every time. Sometimes you just want to park a city on council or on festival 1 if they are producing it very quickly, and you just want to rack up the culture for a time. But on the other hand, you need to remember about it when you want to change it later.
Second Spearman is online for Rome in his family seat, and he is very happy about that. But time for Alcaraz to make his move. Yes, he did. He cleared out that site finally. He's very happy about it. Is he gonna kill that unit or buy it?
Maybe he's thinking it's too expensive. I'm a bit surprised. I would have bought it, no doubt, but
He has for it. It's 1,500. He has the money for it. He can get it
oh
back in
yeah, for
3
sure.
years.
Yeah, but the greed, maybe he wants to buy another one. He just completed the pyramids and now he's got a taste for it. I don't know.
Let's
I'm just,
see. What wonders can he pull up?
uh,
Uh, he can do ziggurat.
the Yazilikaya would work.
Uh,
He's investing in religion, so
oh,
the extra
the
civics of
German
opinion would work.
aqueduct. He can do the German aqueduct somewhere if he wants to.
Uh, yeah. Uh, yeah, honestly, the Ishtar Gate is in might not be the worst. It's not as striking as in the game we commentated um, 10 hours ago, but
Oh yeah.
with the rapid expansion, 13 city, well, I think 15 city
Yep.
Ishtar Gate, but it would still be pretty good. The growth in the capital would be valuable. It would accelerate the strong timing in Utica and Carthago, even if it's not all the way. Boosting everything by 100 culture is always strong. Is about to found another city that will be in time to benefit from it. So Ishtargate not the worst. I think yeah, there's a lot he'd like, but playing angling for early religion, Yazilikaya and Jebel Bakal are both religion-oriented wonders that might be valuable. Maybe it's early for the Jebel Bakal, so he would end up delaying it. There's no competition because there's no other world religion funded at the moment, so uh, probably not the one to start yet. Even if he wanted another wonder, and I'm not sure about that. But Ishtargate would look cool. Yazilikaya would be extra civics in cities with his state religion. So things to consider at any rate.
All right. Rincewind is still trying to clear that camp. He is almost done with it. A settler coming in 2 turns. The last settler is coming in 7 turns. This is gonna be the last settler he ever produces in his life, hopefully. Because settlers producing them is really annoying, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, he is not affable, but he has decent growth and is almost done with them, so that's fine. And anyway, I don't think the game will let him produce more settlers, and there are sites he
it
could potentially
does.
settle. So
He
uh,
can still produce more settlers if you
I
open the tabs.
yeah, I think he can produce one more settler, but as soon as Alcaraz settles the Carthaginian spot, because today there are 3 sites he could potentially settle.
Oh,
The one is cleared, the one is clearing, and the one Alcaraz has cleared. I believe they are the 3
there are
last
the three,
sites.
yes.
After that, the game wouldn't let him. Um,
Which I wanna again, like point out the important thing. In all the matches we have seen, we have always had like a middle city for people to fight over. Not this one. We have the Black Sea in the middle, blocking the way, making it in
mhm.
a way where there is only 2 choke points that you have to go through and fight your way through.
Yeah, and there's a
And both of them
stark
had,
contrast between these choke points. The northern one is very open, literally open land, a little bit of forest, but that's it. and the southern one is essentially a forest with a single brush tile, scrub tiles in the middle, and constrained by mountains on both sides. So, but yeah, I think some naval play will be crucial. I'm not sure if we'll see it either putting a ship or two in the inner sea or going around through either south or north. I think north would be easier. And Rome has clicked on navigation, so we will be seeing that. A quick report on Roma, the landowner ability has been put to use, is getting close to his third rural specialist with an ore miner, a dye fisher, and a crab fisher, soon to be a 9 on the next turn.
Yeah, but they really still hate him right now. He has negative 100 opinion.
Yes.
Purely just 80 for having few city, 20 just for envy. That is not fun to deal with. He would have to camp a unit there the whole time, just in case of a rebellion after a rebellion after a rebellion.
Which is what he's doing. But yeah, now that he lost the strong religious opinion boost he had earlier, the situation has degraded, and without an additional city, they will remain hard to manage at best for some time. Now,
And the reason
rebels,
for
yeah.
that, the patriarch just died this turn, and we have a matriarch who is a hero. He's a builder. They don't like each other.
Well, they positively despise each other, so yeah, that's an uphill battle. Also, he lost his ambassador, and the ambassador in multiplayer provide opinion boost for families. So there's a bit of a confluence. The opinion from the religion degraded because of the opposite archetype and everything. His oligarch is still influenced, but also still disappointed. So net negative. And he needs something to compensate for the fewer cities on top of the MV. The MV is contained really. No family has more than the largest family has 3 cities, not 5, but still it's a bit of an uphill battle. And ideally, well, possibly is planning on funding landowner on the site is clearing from Scythian, which will not be absurd. Um, but I would have liked to see a second landowner earlier if you're going to play landowner. And yeah, I agree, Cyan. The game is going a bit later compared to this morning, where we had a conclusion on turn 39, if I remember correctly. This one is still going. We are seeing poets, festivals. This is a peace fest. I'm disgusted. Uh, Specialists, workers, what have you. Alcaras has not produced a single military unit. This is all only mercs, purely mercs. There's a single slinger. Uh, yeah, a peace fest. Well, we can't have it all.
Well, Alcaraz, what's the response here? What are you gonna do? He has 3 cities that finished doing stuff. Zero Disciple, done. A Settler is done. A Worker is done. The Settler is moving forward. The top side for Alcaraz. There we go. And this whole time, the great thing is that Rincewind has a scout seeing this whole thing. Just FYI, something that Rincewind might not even realize, that settler is gonna settle that city, is gonna push his scout out, is gonna reveal it, and Alcaraz is gonna be so happy about that.
Sibung, it's okay, but know that there's a word in your last message that prompted me to allow or deny your message. I allowed it, and it's fine. But just so you're aware, Twitch is twitchy. Yeah,
Alcaraz
yeah, I
opts
know.
to
I'm
go.
not blaming you for it. I'm just I'm just saying that the Twitch moderation automatically prompting me to allow or deny your message. I'm just saying. I'm not blaming you for it. I'm not complaining about it. It's fine. But if there's a delay, that might be that. Ah, okay, okay. I had no idea. Thank you for thank you for your understanding and enjoy your stream.
I love right now it's Rincewind turn. I love the fact that he has a second scout close over there. Oh, that's the push. He's going for it. He ran it down. He rushed the unit.
Ooh, that's the first force march. We need a second one for it to be really valuable.
Oh, and
He's
he's
going
gonna
for
do
it.
it. And he's gonna clear him out. Thank you for being greedy. Thank you for building yourself up. I am coming for that city site, and now it's mine. Your reply.
Yes, I think I know the reply. If I know my West Coaster well, in this case, the reply will be, "Dang it, I was just a little bit too late." But we'll see what Alcaraz actually says about that moment. But that's my guess. I'm placing my bet. But well played, yes, on Rincewind. Very strong. And yes, even 5 strengths Amazon cavalry are not really frightening to a single warrior because steadfast is awesome. Don't underestimate your champions, and especially when facing Carthage. I've seen some players sometimes complain that steadfast sort of falls out in value in the end game because you are facing mostly nation units and all that, and I get where that's coming from, but steadfast is by far the strongest perk you can get on your units early on, unless you are Assyria and you can get both steadfast and focus. But uh, but don't underestimate it. It's just super strong. It's a very strong insurance against mercenaries, which includes Carthage, but also
And that's
orators.
the
It's
backup.
just very good. And yes, we
And
have the
he
fallback.
just he just went, okay, fine. You want to take it? There you go. You didn't have to be rude about it.
Yeah, so this is a
And
setback but no conclusion. We'll see how Alcaraz reacts. 2 strong upgrades instantly.
instantly, there we go.
I'm
I can almost
curious
hear
to
Alcaraz
know
in my head going,
if
here we go.
I hope I hope Rincewind follows up with a force march and the forward settle with a champion city. He cleared out the other side first.
No
First thing,
more barbarians left on the map. That's it. All tribes are dead.
he's not quite in range to forward settle this turn, but he can definitely get his settler in range for next turn. Well worth the what? The 10 orders and the 2 courage this turn, and yeah, more order than that, 16 orders I believe. And the 100 training this turn, and possibly even another force march on the next turn. I don't believe that would be necessary because yes, for fatigue, but uh, I hope he goes for it.
Navigation is done. It's done for him. He opts to go for sovereignty, probably for tyranny. He can't take serfdom or colonies yet. I know for a fact he's gonna go for serfdom. Uh, he needs one more turn for the civics to pop up and get it going. Um, 13 moves. Who knows what he's gonna do with it? I'm hoping that he does what you mentioned, which is just forward settle that thing, just take that settler, throw it all the way to the left.
Yeah, at the very least, push it forward as much as you can, and you'll force march next turn. But ideally, hope it does that. Otherwise, I'll unsubscribe from his channel and write a strongly worded letter to his mother, complaining about this course of action.
All right. Yeah.
Oh, is
Oh
he
no, that's
developing
the
his
spearman.
cities? So he's going garrison in his champion seat, reasonable enough, waiting for military. I assume, yeah, he
He doesn't
hasn't
have
grabbed
military
it yet.
drill or trapping.
Yeah. Oh, no trapping either? Alright, good to know.
No
Eh,
trapping.
there would be some value in trapping. There's still some game in his capital and Modisia. But yeah, champion people get complacent and neglect their military drill sometimes. Uh, yeah, I still have to catch up on many games, but I hope there are some good Assyrian champion double barracks thrashing in there. Surely there, if there's not, there will be soon. Um, and I see monks on the Carthaginian side. The capital is getting a first monk out. He's completed with a pair of barracks. His border expansion in Utica since his builder wasn't available anymore. And yeah, he's reacting. So good, good, good. After this forward move, we are seeing 4 slingers in production. 8 years, 7 years, 8 years, 4 years in Utica with the ore and the barracks pair. So decent military spot, of course, with the ore and the barracks. Um, but yeah, no military city, so
Wow.
no
That is.
military family. So yeah,
I just looked at the Alcaraz line of uh, building improvements. Wow. I did not even think this was something that people can do. This is impressive.
yep, border expansion and well, with multiplayer experience, you learn pretty quickly to do things like that because once you get caught by someone outthinking you with naval movement and naval connectivity, you tend to learn your lesson. And Alcaraz definitely knows about that, so he's very deliberate in his improvement placement, and that's very good. That's the Alcaraz I know. Uh, the slingers production a little bit too late. Is also the Alcaraz I know, I'm afraid, but I'm sure he'll mount a very strong reaction. Of course, as soon as as you start making military units, you don't send nearly as much training to the stockpile, so it will make it a bit harder to upgrade his mercs. So I understand the compulsion to delay that. Uh, we'll see where that stands, but I'm afraid there's not much chance of contesting the spot before Rome settles it.
I don't think it matters whether Rome settles that site or not, but what matters is, do you have a reply if he decides, if Rome right now settles that city and moves all of his military over there? Do you have a reply for that? Because he doesn't have administration, doesn't have rhetoric, sovereignty. He's nowhere near getting that ballista, because that's the reply you have to a bunch of infantry running everywhere, is that
Hmm.
ballista
Indeed, it doesn't
and
have
the
a military
crossbowmen.
answer at the moment. So yeah, that's very true. So I hope I hope Rincewind will settle that spot with the settler he has on hand before the one close to him. Um, he's definitely not going for the ex-Thracian site by his settler positioning, and he should be in position to force march next turn and reach the spot. Let me check actually.
To
Uh,
answer your
yes.
scientific, Rome could actually theoretically push to be honest, and it's not theoretically. He should push. Um, and it is similar, sure, but with the scouting that he has been doing, I think he has a good idea that he doesn't have anything to show for all of this expansion that has been happening.
The military score is similar, but it's been going back and forth. But over the past few turns, he's shot up in strength. Of course, he's hurt Alcaraz a bit by killing that unit, but he's also ramped up. So at the moment, he has a definite advantage. So he settled the first spot first, so that will make his logistics harder and delay a push. Because if he's pushing now back there, he will have almost no way to recuperate with his unit to retreat and heal what he needs and all that. So with this settlement, I think I think it's not as easy to push in, but yeah, he's stronger. But you want to be able to sustain past the first attack, though, if you're going to move in against the nation. So I would have liked to see the city settled. And he's still stronger, sure. Uh, is it a scout sacrifice?
No, he
I'm not
pulled it
finding it
back.
again.
He pulled it
Oh
back
yeah, all
up
right. He pulled it
up the
back.
warrior.
Yeah, north of his military units.
He is thinking about it right now. He is thinking.
He is thinking indeed. Yeah. Okay. He's queuing more spearmen. I assume he will send them forward. Let's check
And a
his.
Byreme. Not just a spearman. He is also popping a Byreme.
Oh yes, correct. In Camelodunum, a name which is trolling me. So I'm past apologizing for mispronounced names. Um, and I recommend you do the same. You say them however you feel, but confidently. That's the important thing. And people will assume you know what you're doing.
Right, he's chopping more trees over and over and over.
Yeah, he's doing the simple chop thing, which is not a bad way to proceed. It's more the efficient clear cut, of course, but you might want the forest at a later point. I would tend to chop along rivers where that would make strong lumber mills, or to single chop when there are only a few forests around. But I can get where it's coming from. A forest tends to regrow in around 10 turns, so it's not that long to wait. And if you're worried about not having enough wood, that's understandable, definitely. Uh, uh, but there are some strong proponent of the clear cut everything camp, and they win their games, so that works too for sure. Uh,
Right,
all right.
Alcaraz, what are you gonna do over here? 15 moves, he's rushing stuff around, moving his horses forward, getting them closer a little bit. I don't think Rincewind has vision. No, he does not. He cannot see those horsemen getting closer.
Yes, indeed. It's a bit sad that he finds himself producing slingers in Utica rather than disciples after having invested in the religion, adopting monotheism, made the holy site. So I don't know where his disciples are. I can, of course, there was one in the capital, but I don't know where they are now. If he has adopted theologies or anything, he has adopted mythology. All right, so there's a bit of lack of coordination there. If you're going to invest very strongly, all right, the disciples, I found them. They are on their monasteries. I'm just blind. But if you're going to adopt mythology, you want polytheism. You want to get huge value out of that, not just boost your capital. I understand three of
Agreed.
your shrines are there, but it's and if you're going for the shrines and mythology, and you are racing in culture, getting soon too strong, don't you? No, surely Alcaraz is thinking of the Heliopolis, which is probably a bit silly in a duel game, but surely he has it on his mind. You think he's rushing Colosseum Scientific? Alright, might make sense. Because yeah, alright, he crammed three of his four shrines in his capital, but that's a lot of investment to boost culture in one city. Well, it's doing things for Utica, but not nearly as much. And he's adopted monotheism, so he can
I
switch
mean,
back and forth, but it's like he's resigned on abandoning on that already. He hasn't burnt his disciples on spreading, hasn't adopted more theologies. I don't know what he has access to as tier 2. I'll look at that. Um, or yeah, I'll look at that. Feel free to take it away if Lisa.
uh, take a look at what?
Uh, no, no, I was
Oh,
going to
okay.
let you comment on what's happening.
Oh,
I was
okay.
wondering
Oh,
why he
we're
hadn't adopted a theology and trying to check if he had
right.
unlocked them.
Rincewind is moving all of his units forward toward that occupied city site, which again, many of us mentioned, it would have been lovely to see him actually also take it and forward settle, because then Alcaraz will have no response. But I don't think he had an idea that this is what's happening, but he is moving everything forward. He's building a second bireme in the new city that he made, which is not a bad move. I love some bireme action. More importantly, uh, oh wow, it slipped my mind what I was gonna say. Don't worry about it. Actually, now I remember again. So I'm looking at this match from a holistic perspective. Alcaraz is playing perfectly for an FFA game. If this was an FFA game, Alcaraz is playing just phenomenally. He will win this like 100%. But this is not an FFA game. Okay, you're not looking. You're looking at the. He's looking at the very far long-term legendary city. No one is gonna attack me because if they attack me, someone else will attack them. So we're all waiting for the right moment. This is not it. You don't have the time for that. You're playing against Rome. You are busy thinking in your head, okay, this guy is gonna pop at me Hestates and legionaries at any moment right now. What can I say back to him?
All right, I agree with the scientific that is calling your commentary spot on. It's a bit true that there is kind of a misapproach. Don't get me wrong, Alcaraz is definitely a strong player,
Oh
but
yeah.
he's belining a bit too far or aiming a bit too far away in time, and usually with a strong plan in mind. If I had to guess, he was planning even before the map, or having in his portfolio of strategies, going Carthage, funding the Austrianism, belining monasticism, and he thought about that before the game even started, which is why I commented that he didn't pick Artisan because of the mines, but because of his plan to go Zoroastrianism early, and this is all good. This is all something that can work, and that has huge value and payout when you get it, and you can supplement that with the affable trait and the Carthaginian perk of being able to hire mech to have very quick expansion. Uh, but you have to be cognizant of the counterplays that mercs can be countered by steadfast quite easily. Even single warriors will be hard to deal with. That Rome can have a very strong pile-up militarily quite early on, and that if you are clearing one of the last spot on the map with a unit that will end up standing with 6 hit points on the city side, you are vulnerable to a lightning strike and a potential first set forward settle. So I think he didn't quite keep that in mind. Maybe a little bit of overconfidence. He knows he's a strong player. He definitely has much stronger name recognition than Rincewind. Although Scientific is mentioning that Rincewind has made strong progress and must have been training quite a bit lately. So I don't know the player, but I trust Sion appraisal. Uh, this is not quite the full thing. He hasn't forward settled. But boy, if I was Alcaraz, I would feel threatened too. I understand why he's making military units suddenly everywhere and challenging a little bit his plan. But I would have loved to see him make a bit more provisions for surprises earlier on.
I meant it when I said that I think Alcaraz is playing like a perfect game. He is like he's going for every single little advantage that he can go for, and he's doing it perfectly. The building order, everything is going according to plan.
Uh,
If he wasn't facing Rome,
Yeah, don't insist on the perfect.
I wanted to get it in his head.
No, no, I get what you mean, and I'm laughing
Yeah.
as I'm listening to you. But it's not perfect if it doesn't work, surely. So let's see if what it does. I get your point definitely, and good commentary, but don't pile it too much.
No, well, okay, fine,
No, no,
whatever.
no, no, there's no blame. Don't take it that way. Sorry. I was laughing listening at your
I
commentary,
am
not in
no,
mocking,
no, don't
just
worry. No,
genuinely.
I know, we're good. So I am okay. He opted for steel. Okay, that's a good answer to begin with. That's Let's see how many laws. Okay, Rome has 4 laws.
No,
Steel is an answer of sort.
Steel is an excellent pick actually. For what he can do, he wants to pick quick solutions because he already invested
Yes.
a sort of a beeline in monasticism. From what he can see, he doesn't have full vision, but he saw spearmen. Axes are never a bad idea when you see spearmen. You want to accelerate your mobility, surely a free by rim couldn't hurt. That's a possibility open there. It's also a possibility to get his free unique unit card, which is definitely very potent. A free African elephant will be very handy, and the training card is also double valuable for Carthage because it will help him upgrade his mercenaries. So actually, I haven't checked everything he had available. Composite bow for the ballista could have been a thing, but it's a bit of a longer term play. But steel is very defensible and it's a lower hanging fruit. Let's remember, steel will be twice as fast to get as composite bow, and is still likely to have husbandry or police or administration in its next row. Most likely husbandry because it was a tougher before, and that will be a quick tech rotation to go to composite bow and the free ballista. So I agree, the ballista
Is the
is a more
answer.
definite answer. But steel is the short-term solution that is a bit more secure, I would say.
Yeah. Until the Festati shows up.
Yes, yes, but there are good signs. You can see
Yeah.
that Rome is fortifying its units on the spot, which is not really a sign that people are about to barge in. Of course, you can deliberately give the wrong impression. I've done that a few times. I love misleading my opponents. I'm not sure if Rincewind is quite there yet. If yes, I will applaud. That's definitely advanced mind games. Uh, but but it's not unreasonable for Alcaraz to think that he might be able to handle steel, a bit of early security, then rotate the tech draw and go to composite bow and ballistas.
Can you click on one of the spearmen and see how far they can get in Carthage?
Yes, indeed. I'll try to display that and show you the potential damage. He can strike at the city from where he stands, almost kill some of the mounted units, which of course are very vulnerable to steadfast spears. He could almost kill the skirmisher, which is a bit adventurously placed at the moment.
In
And
other
I'm going
words,
to
he
display
can.
the force march, but while I will be doing that, I will not be able to push to talk at the same time, so I will let you take over the commentary.
This is
Uh,
a Hannibal at the gate, except it's the opposite. It's Rome actually at the gate. Let's see if they're actually gonna salt the ground in Carthage. Some historical recreation of history and the past.
Yes, let's not get too hasty, but that might happen, indeed.
Just
Killing a few more units would be good first. I want my dose of blood and violence to keep me awake at this late hour. But yeah, uh, there's violence potential aplenty at the moment. And yeah, he's definitely moving his units forward. So no matter what I said about settling, this is a strong move, and he's smelling blood in the water. Is apparently not intimidated by playing a veteran and a well-known name on the server, and that's good. That's
all right.
important. It can be very
Uh,
inhibiting. So strong play. Go on.
Let me just okay. So from Medicea, he got a settler. He took that settler, rushed it all the way to Barium with a force march, and you know he's gonna force march next turn and get that settler over there in the city site.
Yeah, I think actually the force march is done. He shouldn't need it next turn. He should be in
Uh,
range. I'm seeing 4 moves from where he is, and he has 4 moves as Rome, so
yeah,
maybe I'm not reading
yeah.
all
No, no, you're
correctly,
right.
but
He
yeah.
could go for that exact edge of the city. That's what I would personally do because of the river line. It gives you more defense. Uh, it will ensure that nothing can attack him that easily. That forward settle should have happened around 6 turns ago. But we're not
Y-
gonna talk about that because right now he's making us proud. He's
Yeah.
showing us why going free for all tactics do not work in a dueling match.
Yes, there is a strong smell of testosterone and aggression here. I would personally favor the most forward spot possible, just to extend vision and the border in which they can heal. But strong play definitely. We'll see what happens.
Rince does not know that double victory is not on. Okay, he now knows.
I I, I don't know if I can
And
chat
that's
to
the
Hall.
smiley face he's looking for. The statues are being built in Antium in the champion's uh, family seat, so he is so happy about that right now.
Yes, indeed. The first status is on the way. That will be a monster against well, most units on the other side. We'll have to check, but
I I cannot think of a unit that it would not work on. I mean, a slinger will tickle it a little bit, like
yeah, but
throwing a
barely more
rock at
than
a
that.
tank.
And here's the civics boost. He hasn't unlocked too many more laws, but that will definitely help. That was part of the point for machinery. I want to check if Alcaras has clicked on the Ishtar Gate or something like that with a question about double victory. I'll have a look quickly.
All right, just real quick, the king is ill. The heir is a builder with 5 wisdom, 2 charisma, 4 discipline. We're talking about. Sorry, I should actually give you a heads up on what I'm talking about before I start
No
talking about
problem.
it.
A bit fewer pronouns would help, but I can catch up, check, understand, and adapt. Don't worry
Yeah.
about that. That's fine. Roll with
So,
it.
uh, the the second daughter he has, the third in line, is a commander with 7 courage. And
Yeah.
if your king is dying, don't go for a builder. Don't go for another. Go for that commander. Show him what's
Oh,
up. Use that
oh,
7 courage to just
oh.
hurt.
Yes. That would be good to see. So I don't know if he'll pick his hair. Typically, players wait to be doomed before doing that, to be sure, because you don't want to piss everyone off and then stay alive for a long time. But uh, uh, but yeah, I agree. That would be cool to see. Appointing a clearly military leader would be a strong play indeed.
All right, he built the city. He did go not for the most forward of positions. He did
Well, not
hug the
far.
coast.
Yeah.
He hugged the coast just for defensive capability, but he did go deeper and He's building a spearman and it's champion. So hey, there we go.
Yeah,
Our boy is learning.
yeah, indeed, a strong play from Rincewind. I'm impressed. So I don't know how much experience he has in multiplayer, but I if he's truly someone who jumped into the multiplayer arena recently or has low experience, he has very strong game sense. That's one of the hardest skills to develop. What you can and cannot afford to do, when you should move in, move out, show aggression, and I think he's showing talent, I believe, in the domain for sure. Very strong play.
The only thing I would say, um, I would complain about, keyword complain, quote unquote, would be that economy wise, he is not stabilized. There was no point where um, Rincewind was actually economically in a really good spot
Does he
compared
need to
to
though?
his.
Like that's a
Not
common
necessarily.
misconception because of forexes, that somehow your military is to gain more economy, but in old world, I would say it's the opposite. Your economy is here to get you an army, and if you can kill people,
Yeah,
well,
yes.
you've won. So,
Agreed. It's just that you want to have good enough economy for you to be able to supply yourself with more military.
mhm,
And
mhm.
you are right, scientific. That economy would not matter if your enemy is dead. That is very much agreed on. It's just that he's gonna struggle to build those Hastatis, like more of them. Because right now he's getting an 800 civic boost that can give you like 3 or 4 Hastatus. So you kind of need that iron to supplement what you're trying to get.
Yeah, he's working on it, so not very strongly, but he has a mine in production, a little bit on economy. But I think actually, if he had all his units in his
Oh
forward
no.
city, he would be able to do a lot with it. Oh, and clicking machinery. That needs more economy. So what I'm worried about at the moment is that he might wait to have a pack of onagers and everything before moving in. And I think his timing is actually he can have a strong timing in maybe 4 turns. Time to bring all his military units forward and just move in. Don't don't leave Alcaraz with the time to make axemen, to counter your spears, to alleviate his dependencies on tribal units. Uh, there's blood in the water already. I would like to see him move in. So not that onagers are bad. Machinery is a very good pick, but yeah, I just hope he will capitalize on his strong play so far. He's rushed his status as you identified, but he has 3 spears in his back line. An additional warrior, 2 spears and a warrior in biome close to the front. Another warrior that he should replace with his militia if at all possible, or anything really. I would even lure Alcaraz in, leave this spot defenseless. If Alcaraz moves a unit or a scout cheekily there, or even, God forbid, rushes a settler forward, just ignore it, punch him in the gut, take area Philaenorum after you've cleared out all this rubble, and he could potentially end the game quite soon.
Uh, he didn't just only brush those Hastatis or Hastatus. He also got tyranny. He has tyranny now too, which is catapulting his money production, is catapulting his training everywhere. He is in such a good spot now, to the point of I don't care what you throw at me. I know I'm gonna win. He just needs to click that trigger and actually finish the game right now.
Sorry, yes, I think so. Sometimes I'm repeating because I'm making mute and mute mistakes on my stream. That's why I'm doing that, Nizar. Just so you
You're
know.
fine.
That's
You're good. You're good.
but eh, yeah, I think it's an easy trap sometimes when uh, when you're not used to the multiplayer scene, and especially if you've not played many military game, to assume that you are more competitive on economy than military against veteran players, and that's not typically true. Most MP players, especially those who were around 4 years ago, when the meta was very much playing large, even very large maps for duels and having very long, drawn-out games with going up to the late game and developing economy, I assume no matter what, Alcaraz will be stronger than a less experienced player at building up an economy, rushing for the late game, doing the right optimizations to get there quickly, assessing his city correctly for all production and stuff like that. Uh, but but his strength is he can catch him. Well, he already caught him unaware. He already took an advantage, settled champion, has a significant military lead already. If we look at the military score, he's ahead. He's been ahead for a long time. Even with Alcaraz scrambling and producing unit, he's still outproducing him. And remember, he has a perfect counter. He has steadfast units against mercs, uh, 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 and can walk in and at least force Alcaraz to invest in that. So, and mounted tribal units mostly. So spears would be devastating, and I think he's kind of wasting its advantage. Once axes are up, even a few of them, that will blunt this advantage. We see one recently upgraded in Caralis. There are still warriors in production because these were long queues, but they will be upgraded to axes as soon as possible, I have to assume. There's been a few more tribal upgrades as well, with the benefit of, well, did he pick the training boost? Not yet. The training boost is still in the draw pile at the moment. Uh, if Rincewind is lucky, it will be in competition with the free African elephant in Alcaraz draw and force him to pick. But yeah, ideally move in as soon as possible. So maybe not right now. He needs a little bit of time to get all his units in the right place. You don't want to attack with 2/3 of your army in the back line, but uh, but get to that as quickly as possible. That's the most important thing at the moment. It's a very strong
Uh,
window of opportunity, but the thing with windows is that they eventually close. So uh,
I not this one. The reason why for that, I read some of the messages that Alcaraz is leaving for us and himself. I think it's mainly for himself at this point. If you look at his families right now, you're gonna notice something really special. I mean, it looks wonderful. It's more red than, I don't know, blood. It the families are not happy with him. One of the oligarchs straight up is plotting against him right now. Who is a scheme?
that's risky. Obviously, that's a
It
bit of a
is,
threat, let's say. Disappointed and plotting and all that. Also, is matriarch, and that's just bad luck, right? They are proud,
yeah.
and that's -70 on his paganism. So he wants to, well, that's all the more reason to spread his actual religion, the Austrianism, as soon as possible. That's why that's what makes the Magonid work for him. Thankfully, the matriarch of Zoroastrianism, isn't proud and is pleased. So they are working on converting people, starting with the ambassador from the Magonid family, which will solidify their status as a Zoroastrian family. But he really needs to work on the oligarch from his other families, sorry, and sort out his opinion, because he doesn't want to be dealing with rebels and Romans at the same time. That's for sure. Um, yeah, yeah, correct. Thank you for noticing the family opinion situation. I wasn't using that tab very much because I need to switch
There's
between nations, but good
there's
pick.
too much to keep up with. Let's look real quickly at the family for him, for Alcaraz right now. Because right now his heir is a 12-year-old who is a philosophy student and a magic practitioner. So he doesn't even have a tactics coming up unit. So it's not looking that good for him right now. It's just not looking like he doesn't, and it's crippled.
Yeah,
I
he's
didn't even
crippled.
see that part.
That's the severely healed child. The severely healed child survived, but was
I am
crippled by the
shocked.
event, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, I'll let you investigate the event if you want to tell us the story of Prince Malchus,
Let's
but
see.
that's my guess. Yeah,
Yep,
interesting,
that
good
is the
pick.
one. That is the one. It's not. Come on, Alcaraz, do something. It's like a dead horse that you're trying to poke right now. Please.
Yeah, but that's bad luck, right? You don't
That is
pick who
straight up
survive or who
bad luck.
doesn't, and this kind of traits. Crippled is not ideal for sure, and he made the decision to put them into philosophy earlier, and he might still get a zealot out of it. At least
Yes,
from memory, I think that's one of the outcome possible from philosophy studies: zealot
it
and
is.
tactician as a general potential. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what. Okay, so King Publius the Pioneer from Rome survived their own illness as well. So we are not seeing inheritance immediately. We'll see if he identifies the potential to appoint his 7 courage commander, as you pointed out a few turns back, as his heir. That comes with risks as well. Appointing heirs, it will typically annoy some people who were ahead in line, but there are ways to handle and placate them. So we'll see if he does that. Yeah, a few rebels from earlier. Not sure what Alcaraz is doing. Upgrading to
Um,
an axeman in his capital. He's facing rebels there. Not entirely unexpected, unfortunately. Um, yeah, that's a warrior that just completed from Utica, moved to the capital and upgraded. One still in the work in Carlis. Where is his other axeman? I do not see it. Oh, it's still in Carlis. Okay. And
he
yeah, some
has
additional
been
singers in
dealing.
production. Sorry. Yes.
He has been dealing with so many rebellions. This is like the third unit that I have seen. Not that has spawned, that I have seen. Okay, there must have been more than that because the like you look at his units in the middle and they're all very low in health. His workers are low in health. He has been like, it's like pots of fire. He's just trying to whack-a-mole all of these rebellions one by one.
Uh,
I mean, for what he's dealing with, he's doing pretty good. Like a full respect to the guy. He
I,
lowered the statesman into upset rather than angry. The tradesmen are still very not happy with him.
and he adopted freedom, so that's another -5% rebel chance, which will help definitely. With setting their own, it's halving the chance of rebel spawn. So correct identification. I love that Rincewind is sending scouts forward and moving them back,
Yes,
poking
there
his
we
head in
go.
to check what's happening.
Can he put it fully back, or does he have to force march? He has to
Uh,
force march.
yeah, he has to march, and I think he should leave it dangling because a little bit of provocation. If Alcaraz moves in to punish the scout, it's an outright mistake. He would get killed with it. But I fully expect Alcaraz to identify that and not go for the scout. So, but it's not really worth the force march in this case from Rome, and I guess it feels good. He's upgrading unit, but his training bank is almost full. Uh, I would
He
like
doesn't
him to
have the
move even more
resources.
units forward. Yes, yes, but starting a war with full training is very strong. If you can afford,
Yeah.
if you can move up and coordinate with the completion of a decree from your statesman seat, and having the ability to just do 5 force march if needed, and still have a bank to do it again is super strong. They're both going for machinery, and it looks at the moment like Rome is going to have it in 6 years or less, maybe if there's additional science in the work, whereas Alcaraz is set to complete it. Is not set to complete it at the moment. That's navigation. I had it wrong. Sorry. No
Second
machinery
his
for Alcaraz. He's
status.
quite far from it. I was mixing up my cards. Administration, rhetoric, sovereignty. Yeah, that's not a thing. Navigation will help definitely, especially if we for serfdom. But yeah,
Second
no
his
strong unit in sight.
status. Second his status just got rushed by our awesome Rincewind, and the first one is already moving towards the front line, so he is very happy right now.
Yeah, he's still using some workers. I love that he is working on his novel movement, using his builder to make urban tiles in Biome to link up Biome and Augusta Torino is a forward settled city to accelerate his logistics. Work on it, people. It's very strong, and that will accelerate his readiness and its capability to sustain and support an assault. Even if I would have liked to see it a bit earlier, he's doing the right things. So a very tense match, I would say. A lot can happen.
I'm sad to see that he stopped moving these biremes. I mean, you built all of these biremes. Might as well just use them.
Oh yes, fair enough. He could have linked up Byram and Augusta Terranor already with the Byrim, work on doing it organically with his builder in the meantime, and then push the Byrim forward to extend the area is threatening, forcing
All
Alcaraz
right,
to
there
spread his
we
forces
go.
thin.
He found a gap within the trees to just put his scout in a pocket. That was a miss from Alcaraz. He did not notice that single tree. Let's look at it real quick. Yes, that is 1 out of 4 trees or forest in the middle of Alcaraz territory that he just forgot to chop down. And I know for a fact that he is panicking right now and about to probably chop all the other ones.
Indeed, and he might well chop this one. If he saw the scout move in, if he had his camera over there, I assume he's going to prioritize chopping the woods and potentially expanding his borders as well to try to collapse everything he can inside these pockets. We'll see if he does that. Of course, there's also quite a chance that he was just looking elsewhere. He has to deal with rebels in his capital. He's still working on some of his economy, although he's crumbling a bit. He's definitely reacting, making more military units. The improvement he's making are barracks here, monastery, and fair enough. For culture to science improvement are quite valuable. He wants to make the most out of his religion, civics in his statesman seat. Yes, will accelerate decrease. So that's good. He's is doing the right stuff, but it might be too late, and it really needs additional strong units. The only 5 strength units he can build, as opposed to the one he recruited, but that doesn't exist anymore. There are no tribes left on the map. Uh, are axemen, and that's not bad. He's facing spears, but that's not enough. I would watch and when onagers show up, it will be a worrying thought for Alcaraz at the very least. He's working on linking up his cities. We see 4 workers making roads, so he's taking his logistics seriously. But once again, it's a little bit late. We'll have to see what he does. It was really a single mistake, right? Capturing the city with the earth unit, having a damage unit there that was vulnerable to a single unit attack, and not being ready to settle. It sometimes a solid play, a bit of an insurance when you know that you are about to take one of the last sites to delay if necessary, to make sure you have a settler on hand already ready to settle instantly when you clear the spot. Avoid these kind of problems, but it asks for discipline and patience, so it's hard to do. And there we go. It just became Alcaraz' turn again. Had to pick the free African elephant, but that means the training boost is forfeit. It was on offer. It's a bonus card. It will not be available anymore. Bye bye training boost.
Has been a pleasure, I guess. Oh, he can't even upgrade those elephants right now. So even if he goes, he has 4 laws. He's gonna be able to have 4 laws now. He has colonies of serfdom for himself. Honestly, in this situation, I would go colonies and buy these trees and get that scout out of my land.
I just chop the tree with workers. Serfdom
It doesn't
is
push him.
orders. Would be interesting. Oh yes,
It
it
doesn't
doesn't
push
push
him.
it anymore. Right, right. Sorry.
He
Thank you
has
for
to use his
reminding me
border.
of what we are doing.
hmm
That's very helpful. Uh, no, I was saying I forgot that scouts are not teleported anymore when you chop the forest. That it's
Yeah.
not enough. So I was self-deprecatingly saying thank you for reminding me of the change we make in our game.
Yeah,
But
that's the only way now to counter the scouts is to push those borders. So put those colonies and hope you get that scout out of your lands.
yeah, I feel slightly better that Alcaraz is still out of sync, just like me, and is chopping the forest now. But yeah,
Oh,
that
he
doesn't
is
work
having
anymore. It's not
he
enough.
has so many questions right now. Wait, he's gonna put a chat box that says
Oh.
where's the scout.
Yeah, better late than never with the shopping. I agree, Cyan, definitely. It's still a good thing to be doing. It's
Well,
good hygiene to chop stray forests inside your territory. Well, that are not inside your territory, but could give visibility into it.
all right. Settler is out for Rincewind. Last city site, a Byreem is spawning a second one next turn. He is opting to build a third Byreem. I have so many questions. I don't know where to begin.
Bireams
Um,
are good. Bireams are
no,
good.
I agree, but he's not utilizing the Byreems that he has already.
Yes, yes, that's a fair criticism. I assume the plan, the idea is to be able to threaten Malacca directly, which is entirely feasible with 3 biremes. The entire coastline would be accessible to him from Augusta Torinor to Malacca, or maybe thinking of using the bireme to breach the coast from Camuladunum to Barium. I don't know what he has in mind, but yeah, having naval superiority, can I make sure you keep naval superiority that you're very hard to go into? So I assume that's what's afoot. Still, I would like to see a bit more priority on moving the spears in Roma, in Antium, toward the front line. Probably I have
Just
to check his opinion. Yeah, he's slightly negative in opinion, and maybe he's expecting he might have rebels, but actually they're playing on modest, so that's not going to happen at the moment.
just real quick. I see a message here. Dead at 40. Oh, that is his leader who died at 46. I just heard something die. What just died? Oh, he pushing. He is pushing. That's it. His scout moved forward, got out of the trees to see what's going on. He saw the whole line. Let's see what he can see over here.
Indeed. I don't really
He
like
knows.
that he did stuff in his turn, then decided to push in with 3 units. If you're going to walk in with everything you can. No order should be spared on anything else.
I
Moving with
still had
your
that.
status as well, but we'll see what
Here
happens,
is
yeah.
here is the training. That's the 1700 worth of training that he can just spend to make 17 more moves.
Yes, but we are going to see, yeah, Zoclocking probably. We are going to see Axes trying to do something about the spear, and I dare say they might not be able to do enough, but they might be able to do something. Yeah, looks like it will work and do strong damage, but not quite the killing blow it could have been.
You would be right.
So
Honestly, yes, you would be right.
still,
Against a more well-equipped enemy, this amount of group that could be turned around easily, especially if the enemy has a zealot leader. But I think he has the room for these mistakes to be forgiven.
yes, indeed, indeed. He's still in a very strong position. I'm showing the military score, and Rome is definitely ahead. This hasn't updated with the kills that just happened, unless Alcaras exactly compensated with production with his
All
turn.
right, there we
But
go. That's the Axeman. He
yep,
can clear one of the Spearmen minimum. It's only gonna take most of his army to clear that Spearman. That took him 5 units. I would say around 10 orders, 9 orders, just to make that happen.
yep. And you need axes, axes, axes. I
That
get
was
that
just
he's
one
working with on
Spearman.
his opinion with gem miners, artisans, 1 gems, but uh, he should have had more
Oh, he's
axes,
still
not
building
just
those
3.
miners?
Yes, he's still making a miner in Arae
Oh my,
Philaenorum, and
come on, man.
that should be an axe. Um, the wire is not completed yet in Caralis, will be next turn, but he'll need an additional turn to upgrade. His axe in his capital is dealing with rebels, and well, I guess he could move it forward and heal, but
7 more
that keeps the
moves.
rebels, so
What
it's
is
a
he gonna
hard
do with
time.
those 7 moves?
Oh, signs of despair. We see a worker upgrade to a militia, just to a good play really. It Zarklocks
It's,
the commander, but the militia will die and the commander will flee. Well, if the situation stays as it is on screen at the moment.
don't kill that militia. Go for that. Go for that Axeman. You know he doesn't have any more except those 2. You know what everything he has. Don't don't waste time trying to kill that militia. That spearman can be traded. Who cares about the spearman?
Yeah, we'll have to see what he opts to do. Alcaraz is very limited in terms of flexibility because he barely has training enough for a single forced march. It's probably right to keep enough for one to open the possibilities of the free African elephant that will spawn next turn in Carthage. Uh, with a naval movement, it might be enough to be able to march to the front line. I'm not sure about that because the road from Arae Philaenorum to Lilibeum won't be enough. You would need the road from Lilibeum to the west toward Neapolis to be able to do that. A bit
He should be
desperate already.
able. No, he can move him from Carthago to Carales through the sea, and then from there just run it down. He might need to force march it at the end, but he can
Hmm.
get it there.
Yeah, maybe, but he will need a march.
Yeah.
Militia bug upgrade for Zerk. What do you mean, Sion? There is a bug where the zone of control is not updated when upgrading civilian to military unit, i.e., worker to militia or conscript. Is that what you mean? Um, oh, okay, I disagree with that. It's not time to attack the city. I understand wanting to prevent rush buying, but do that with a weak unit. Don't send your status to do that, especially across a river where it's really not very efficient. Okay,
There
he's
you go.
prioritizing the Axeman, but didn't quite kill it. All right, there we go. An additional spear. Finish
4% critical? Question mark?
the guy. Eh, these things happens. Percents are percents. A single one is enough. Even less sometimes.
I played XCOM. I know what a 5% does.
Yeah. Well. Old World doesn't cheat. Old World doesn't help you if you've been unlucky or whatever. If you've got 5% in a row, you're still 5% likely to get a fifth one. So we are not giving you any breaks with that. So yeah, uh, still tough break for Alcaraz there. Of course, it's it's much more violent when there's a show pending crit. I don't know if that's active. I don't believe it is, but no, I don't see it. It's not on. Good, good. All right, additional units moving forward in the backline. He finally joined his border between these two frontline cities. His two cities close to the front. He's still giving a bit of thought to moving his settler forward. Very good. Still keeping a unit around in Antium, one in Roma to deal with rebels, I assume. But his opinions are good. Well, they're actually positive for Claudius and Fabius, and on the settings they have with modest prosperity, their family would need to be angry to have a chance to generate rebels. Upset is still safe. Um, but yeah, very strong attack. We might be seeing
Uh,
the game-changing moment. He's
real
buying many
quick,
orders.
I am curious about the choice of not putting generals on your Hastatus. Um, they are your ace in the hole, so might as well put, I don't know, a Zealot, Commander, anything. No, no, for real, anything. Just throw anything
Hmm.
at it, man. Come on.
Yeah, I guess, but I wouldn't have liked him to delay by one more turn to put on a commander. I think he should have, well, he could have attacked
On the
earlier
way,
and then follow up with the Astatus and
on
all
the
that.
way when
But
he
yeah,
was bringing
yes,
them
yes, on
here.
the way for sure. Yeah, on the way, no contest. If you can have a commander or whatever, any general, unless they are net negative, but you need pretty bad attributes and traits to get there. Generals are good, and you want them.
You know, it seems like I have an interesting reputation now. Well, that I roast people during these streams.
All
Tomorrow I
right,
am playing.
warning shots.
Tomorrow I am playing, guys. I am gonna be the person who gets roasted. I am scared of that now, just a
No,
little bit,
no, no one will roast
just
you.
a
I don't
tiny
remember.
bit.
Am I scheduled to cast your game?
I have no idea.
I'd have to check. I don't know who's on
All
who's
right,
scheduled.
that's
All
a
right,
route.
routing.
That's the Hastati back.
Yeah, everything is
On.
pierced now, so no, he has to protect his elephant.
Can he?
Possibly, yeah.
Yes, yes. He can push one of those spearmen and surround his elephant with all of these slingers.
Yeah, that would be the main way to do it. He's still exposing to further attacks, but the elephant did work there.
Yeah, he got rid of one of those status. He would have had an easier time if they had the zealot on it and one of the commanders and kept them next to each other, or double commanders kept them next to each other. Would have made them unkillable. But
Yeah,
we move on. We soldier on.
part of the issue is that he cannot push just any spear,
Oh,
or he's
oh,
opening new paths for more spears.
the matriarch or the general got crippled in that fight, actually, in that damage.
Oh,
That
that's a
is
tough
part of the
break.
event. That is
Uh,
part of
he,
the event that just happened.
he opted not to attack with his elephants. I assume to keep these units close to him and to it was probably too short a time to compute and make sure he could zog or position to protect his elephant accordingly. He doesn't have any flexibility in training. The forced march of the elephant was all he could do, so no possibility to attack with his remaining slingers or to position better than that. After pushing back a spear, he wouldn't have had the order to as well occupy the tile to protect his most important unit. So this elephant will take some slapping. Thankfully for him, Rome, Rincewind made the mistake of keeping his stone for urban improvement and not getting any early ranged unit. So the elephant is probably safe, bearing a crit on this turn. But still,
I did
he will have
all
to
the
run back
calculations.
and heal.
I did all the calculations. No matter what happens, no matter what is done, it will survive with 1 health.
Yeah, that's why I read it as well.
He has to back out. He has to pull back, regroup, get more military units moved. Let's call it truce.
The salt. The salt in the wounds. Alright. Attack successfully blunted. He won't have to. His elephant is still operational immediately, so Alcaraz bought time, but machinery is up next turn for Rome. So the next
Yeah,
attacks he builds will be might
it's
well be
gonna hurt.
overwhelming. So
It's gonna hurt next turn. Once those
oh yeah,
onagers come out in like 6 turns, it's not gonna look good.
yeah, but buying 6 turns is important.
Yeah.
Uh, Alcaraz is ahead in tech, not by much, but ahead. I hope he really pulls all stops and invests everything in military or military abilities or units in terms of research. He's currently researching administration, which is not exactly that. So I assume just redrawing the tech pick. What did he have as alternatives? Husbandry, police, and doctrine. I don't know what he's looking for. Phalanx, maybe? Or composite bow. Composite bow would be the obvious pick, right? You want the ballista and
Yes.
the
That's
ranges
the
wouldn't hurt.
answer. Take the ballista, throw a zealot on it. Good luck. Oh no, not even a tactician. Take that ballista, put a tactician on it. Good luck trying to kill it.
I think Scientific is slightly jealous of your, slightly envious of your budding reputation and is trying his hand at stronger roasting. So I worry about what Scientific comment will sound like tomorrow. He's saying that Rincewind managed to attack too late and too early at the same time. And I kinda see your point. Fair enough. I'm just excited that we saw action, that we have somewhat of a new name on the MP scene that is standing up to established name, not letting himself be bullied and inhibited by by existing reputations. Forward settling, attacking early and everything. So, but it's true, it was a bit botched, but I still salute the attempt. All right, let me look at the economic. All right, I'm just right not in time, so I'm just glancing at economic develop. I'm just glancing at economic development in Rome, and I'll get back to Alcaraz perspective.
I'll look at Alcaraz for you while you do that. 30
Uh,
moves for Alcaraz. He is tutoring his kid, second in line, who is a politics student. His
yeah,
first kid is either a judge or a builder, and let's see what he opted to go for.
yeah, that will lure him
Builder.
into economic play. So I agree with the builder pick between judge and builder. Oh no, I don't agree actually. I was going to say I agree because he has a builder on the throne and the bonus opinion will help boost the attribute, but actually this is the opposite. He is a judge, so that would have been the pick for that. Don't get me wrong, builders are very strong, but the way the situation is looking, I'd be banking on the second heir. As a politics student, they have a decent chance of becoming a hero, and the hero on the throne is just what he needs at the moment, although he wants training for that. And alright, we are going for composite bow, so depending on how quick and focused Rincewind is on his machinery and on nature play, the composite bow and the free ballista might be in time. Alcaraz still has a science lead. He still have to convert it into comparative power, but this game is not done yet. He is positioning to recuperate. He's getting slightly calmer. He's using his judge to upgrade his theater to an amphitheater, getting an elder poet in the process. Upgrade his Odeon to a theater, getting a master poet in the process. He's working on the new Odeon, so he's pushing culture in Carthago. He's making insurances for the long game. And
My question
yeah,
is, for this situation is, um, why did he choose to go philosophy and politics, knowing fully well that he's about? Why didn't he go for tactics and hope that he gets, for example, a tactician, a zealot, a hero? The only one I would say he does not want is a commander, really, in this situation, because he can't really route and play chess,
uh,
people chess. So
commander on the African elephant would be devastating. But yeah, uh, yeah. So sorry,
uh,
Sayana was trying to show because Nizar was talking. But to answer your question, it's 21 culture away from legendary. So we are not there with Odeon. It would be a little bit quicker if he assigns the remaining luxuries he has, and he's probably tempted to assign to Magonite because that's one of their favorite resources. But he has the possibility to assign the luxuries in the capital and split it up because of the fair. So it might be quicker than 21 turns, which is honorable by all means. That's before turn 70, but he will have more to do. So yeah, game end. If Colosseum shows up in 35 turns, we need 35 turns. On the other hand, if he has his builder on the throne at that point, the Colosseum will come way quicker than that. So yeah, we'll have to see. Uh, it's possible that Rincewind might get a bit might feel the need to prepare a bit too much now that his initial attack has been repelled, that he's seen a unique unit, even if it's a cardboard unique unit. It's only one. The only way he's getting more is to upgrade this tile and get a stronghold in the city and improve the elephant. He's tough at the moment. And let's not even mention autocracy. But yeah, he is strong right now. He's rushing an immediately in Roma this turn. He's going for the goods boost, which will play which will pay for at least 4 more onagers, no problem. Still making a status, is opting to go for spears in Camulodunum. There's a walker around, but no garrison, so it's not obvious if he wants to put a stronghold here as well. That would definitely be a possibility. You mentioned it earlier. I assume he's going for the... No, not at all. He's getting a farm. I would have expected urban tiles on these 3 tiles. So 3 turns just to link up with Byrim movement.
All
Yeah, the
right,
Byrim
just
doesn't have an option for ladding to accelerate that. Sorry, up to you.
just looking at everything right now on Alcaraz' side. Axeman, 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 Byreem, Byreem, Byreem. Now you're building military units? Now?
He started earlier, to be fair, but his military
Not
production is
not to the
crap.
level.
Yeah, the Byrim, but he just unlocked navigation, right? He's
Yes,
seeing
yes.
the ships, so but now that he can get that, he is making Byrims. It's slow and yeah, but he has no military cities, so that's a counterpart. He's very rich, so he can queue up pretty much whatever he wants. He just burned 3,000 money, so I don't know if that's only the Byrim or something else is afoot. And military wise, yeah, he's double checking but still remaining on composite bow. And yeah, the X-Man will be useful. He's still wondering. I see him checking what's
He's
available and
thinking,
going back.
yeah, I'm sorry, buddy. Composite bow, get that ballista. If your leader was a zealot, you could have thrown him in there, or a tactician, or
Mm-hmm.
a
Mm-hmm.
hero. You
Yeah, but
try to recruit with it.
I think hero is part of what is fishing about around for with the politics study. Politics opens up scholars, which are pretty good, opens up heroes, which are devastating in war, so long as you can get the training, but of course generate training as well. And the last pick is orator, which is, well, the last pick. It's not the last pick, but the traditional combo from the orator golden days. So politics was the dominant study pick at that time, and I think uh, that's what some part of the muscle memory of Alcaraz when picking study field to be discussed with him at the end, of course. But yeah, I agree. Tactics and getting the insurance to have good generals, especially as he has 3 economic-minded families. He probably has very few candidates for for generals in general. I'm sorry about that, but I couldn't come
Yeah,
up
I'm
with
looking
better.
at it, and it doesn't look that good for him, general wise. Um, what I noticed important. I know we're looking at Alcaraz's turn here, and he's doing stuff, but to talk a little bit more about the tournament from a holistic point of view, what I noticed is that there is like some sort of generational changes within the dueling community. We have these newcomers. I'm talking like Aaron, Founder. Founder does FFA. He doesn't do duels, so he's new to that. And we're talking about Ninja. We're talking about Uro. Very, very strong and great players
Yeah,
who
but
just
yeah, Fonda has been showcased on in duels on our stream, and I think he participated in a previous tournament, so he's not new to
then let
dueling.
me
Maybe not as experienced, but
then
yeah.
let's throw him out of the picture. Koala, class Koala, like with different ways of looking at things, with different perspective on how they approach the game. And then we come with the old guards. We're talking about Alcaraz, Fluffy Bunny, Scientific, you, where you just mentioned to me, oh, politics student used to be the meta.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm mentioning that especially because it's Alcaraz playing, and it was the main, let's say the majority of Alcaraz MP play. Then he took a
yes.
break from the game for about a year and came back. And I love to have him back and organizing his tournament and playing and everything. But he stopped for a point. So yeah. But yeah, Scientific is not old guard. He started a year ago. I would say
That's
that
old guard,
Fluffy
man.
is old guard, middle guard, and new guard. He will surprise you. Don't think of
Oh,
him as set in
Fluffy,
his ways.
Fluffy
And I'm not
is
in the
just a whole
tournament,
new
so
level. He's on his own.
yeah,
Okay,
it's the old new level. It's a new level. We'll see if I'd love to see him lose some matches because that happens, but that doesn't happen on stream apparently. But yeah, he, if
so
anything, he adapts very quickly to any new ID that comes. So
so
remember, he's paid to play the game, right?
yeah.
So
So real quick to reply to Scientific in the chat, saying, "Brother, I'm still new. I just started playing multiplayer a year ago." You gotta remember, some of these guys have started practicing 2 weeks ago,
yeah,
including me.
that counts as veteran.
You are the old
Yeah.
guard, my friend. Like, it, sure, the multiplayer dueling scene just started growing, but a year, that's 365 days, man. That's a lot of days. That's not a small amount. You are the old guard now.
Yeah, that's true, and that's depending who you compare to. I mean, I've played for years, but yeah, maybe I've
Ah,
had I don't know 25 duels in total. I haven't played more duels than people who've picked up recently, but played duels and duels and duels and duels, one after the other. So it's all comparable. But back to the game, you're right, Cyan.
yes, yes, we are back to the game. Sorry, it's just reached a natural lull where people are just building themselves up a little bit, so we're just going with side conversations a little bit.
Yeah,
But let's see. Granddaughter became a judge for Rincewind. Um, nothing special. His economy is not happy right now.
yeah, he needs to work on it, and but that's the right
But
time, right? You have
but
a standoff. Uh,
Onagar,
mhm.
Onagar is already out and on the way. He's finally building roads towards that
Toward the
Byreme
coast,
in
yeah.
the sea. There we go. That's a smart move. Here we go. He does need more roads because, from my understanding, rivers do not work with siege equipment. It has to be roads.
Yeah, it works for them, but it just gives a usual bonus. And on the whereas on roads, siege gets double the bonus from road, but they don't get double the bonus from rivers. So it's more valuable roads than rivers for siege units specifically. Rivers are still valuable, but not as much. I believe they get two moves on along a river, while they get three move per fatigue point on the road. I have to check to be sure.
All right. We have, if we look at the family line, the commander is still alive. She is -2 wisdom. She is still brave. She is still bold, and she is very proud. Um, let's see, he has two
Indeed.
exploring grandchildren. So he is getting those great bonuses, especially since he has exploration. So he is getting so many good events for them,
And is
making them
inquisitive,
perfect.
so he will have all the good options because warlike, intelligent, robust builder living to 67, I have to point out, is busted. So there is a little bit of luck involved in what he's doing. But luck doesn't hurt, and you still have to know how to use it, and it's showing strong play. So
Still don't have Judaism on the table, surprisingly. We go back to Alcaraz, 27 moves. He's building these roads. He doesn't care about these orders. He just chopped all the trees in the middle of his territory. No more spies shoving themselves into his territory to see what's going on. How do I remove tech target? Ooh, that's a good question, brother. I don't know how to answer that for you. Alright, can he rush the things? Alcaraz cannot rush anything. He doesn't have the civics for it. All right. This is
Yeah,
gonna be
right.
part 1.
Yeah, I tried to answer the remove target questions, but it appears I cannot chat. Well, not in a way that's visible to them, so I
Yeah.
couldn't help. All right, we are heading toward an end to the session indeed.
We have.
Alcaraz, fair play as ever, complimenting his opponent despite nasty surprises. Has
It
to be
has been a
commended as well.
wonderful match.
Yeah, very interesting, surprising, full of tension. Or the Byrim is being extra annoying, showing confidence, pillaging everything, no fear.
And what is he gonna do about it? Repair them?
Wait for his own Byrims. No use repairing them while he cannot
Anchoring on
defend
the
them.
other side. There we go. Now he is making a move. The anchor will reach all the way from Augusta, all the way to Malacca, and there is no real response for that. He's gonna have to shift all of his military units all across his empire to be able to defend that, while it takes what, uh, one order for them to get to Malacca? That is gonna hurt.
Well, I think it would be two, but yeah, they can get here without. They will be able to get from their territory to Malacca with a single without marching. I'm not sure decisive that is in terms of actual movement. I think he really wants to go for the army, but there's a huge amount of pressure applied to your opponent by making sure they know you can get anywhere on the coast, whatever you do, in a single move. And that means you have to defend everything. That means you have to spread out or to be ready to react. You can fork your opponent by threatening multiple points at the same time. So and Alcaraz knows all that. So yeah, it's a tough situation.
Right now, what he's saying, what Rincewind is saying, oh, here we go. That's the general on the Hastatus. Finally, now we're doing something. Right now, Rincewind is what he's saying is, okay, you're gonna put all of your military on Arae, you're gonna put some forts over there. Fine, I'll just go somewhere else.
Yeah. All right. They will end after this turn, so we are getting to the end of the session. I assume
He
after the
extended the
turn
time.
of Rome.
He still extended time.
Yeah. That's I'm speaking of about
Oh, go ahead,
the
please then.
session what they were mentioning in Discord. I just asked because I wasn't sure if they wanted to go for a two-session game or if they were wanting to push forward.
Don't go away, guys. Just so everyone knows, in around 3 hours from now, we're gonna continue part 2 for Founder versus Aaron. It's gonna be a wonderful match. Part 1 has already been scary to watch. It's like a horror nightmare from all the bloodbath that has been
All
happening.
right, I
You are
haven't watched it,
awake.
so don't
No
spoil
spoilers.
anymore. I will
No
look.
spoilers. Okay, it's gonna
Thank you,
be a wonderful
fantastic.
match, and we're gonna continue it. So don't leave yet. Don't go away. 3 hours from now, go take a nap like me, and we'll see you guys there. Okay.
All right, player are getting ready to end this session.
Just waiting for the end of the turn. That's the end.
All right, very good. Thank you to both players.
Thank you everyone for watching. We have at the end here we had 14 viewers. You did not have to watch this, but you did it anyway. You didn't have to listen to our commentary, but you did anyway. And we're all very appreciative.
Yes, yes indeed. Thank you to everyone who joined. Thank you for everyone participating in this tournament. It's been a blast so far. Thank you, Lisa, for joining for commentary and for humoring my moment of muting and everything. And
Nah, you did great.
yeah,
I loved
thank
it.
you very much. All right, we'll have to see when to follows. That's the first game I'm casting that I'm not casting all in one go, so I'm
Oh,
finding
thank
out
God.
what it's like to feel the suspense of not knowing how it concludes yet. I'll try to cast the next session for consistency. I don't know if that will be feasible for scheduling reasons, but I'll try. And yeah, I will be. I will be signing out in a second. Thank you all again, and see you soon.